Opening up that scoring, he extended his point streak to 6 games and marked his 30th point of the season.
Right, cross-ice pass on the backhand. Picked up by James Go, thrown in front, backdoor tap in, and they score! It's Klepov! First shot of the game, almost 7 minutes into it. And Nikita Klepov's got his 14th of the season to make a 1-0 lead for Saginaw.
Caleb Papineau also got his 4th start in net for the season. He posted 27 saves on 34 shots, trying to keep the team in it best he could.
Another big-time collision. As Wilson, a little bit of a reverse hit, but look out. Here's a chance in front of the save by Papineau on possession. Papineau looked behind him. He made the save.
Despite that 7-1 loss, the Spirit will be looking to bounce back and have 2 new faces joining the roster in Juraj Rauja and Jensen Geldart. We'll hear more about both those players later. But first, looking over to the opponents in the Barrie Colts, they fell 4-3 in the shootout to the Sioux Greyhounds. They had an early 3-1 lead, but the Greyhounds would go on to score 3 unanswered goals and take the extra point in the shootout. Brad Gardner had his 8th multi-point game of the season with a goal and 2 assists. Now, some big news out of Barrie and a big storyline in this game today. The team's 2 top defensemen in Kayshawn Aitchison and Gabriel Eliasson, they will both be out tonight, serving the first of a 2-game suspension that they received last weekend up in the Sioux. Aitchison had a historic weekend last weekend for Barrie. He set a franchise record for the fastest hat trick in team history, securing a hat trick just 5 minutes into the first period. He has 24 points on the season, second among all blue liners in the league. That will be a huge loss for the Colts tonight, but there'll be a lot of faces on the ice that will be important to look out for. So starting with the Spirit first, mentioning him before, Jensen Geldart joining the Spirit, just announced yesterday. He is coming up from Saginaw's GOHL affiliate, the Chatham Maroons. Through 18 games, he had 6 goals and 9 assists for 15 total points. On October 27th, he was the GOHL Prospect of the Week. That week, he had an assist and his first GOHL hat trick for 4 total points, and that came during a 7-game point streak, and in those 7 games, amassing 10 points. He will be on the 3rd line between Harmer and Sema tonight. Will definitely be a player to watch for the Saginaw Spirit, a new face on the ice. Now looking over to the Colts, a loss with Aitchison and Eliasson, but a lot of very talented skaters for the Colts, including Cole Beaudoin, Utah first-round draft pick, drafted 24th overall in the 2024 draft. He's currently on a 10-game scoring streak. 20 out of his 29 total points came in the past 10 games, and he had a goal in the team's last game against the Greyhounds, as well as 2 assists in the win against the Wolves on Friday. This is the first meeting between the 2 teams this season, the start of a 3-game weekend for the Spirit as they look to get past in the win column. And also a milestone is Coach Chris Lazary coaching his 400th game tonight. He's the longest tenured and winningest head coach in team history, currently sitting at 229 wins, looking for 230 tonight. And we're going to hear from him next as he discusses the matchup, new additions, and more with our own Dylan Clark. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Spirit Hockey is back after this on 100.5 SM WSGW.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today. Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner as the Spirit start out a 3-game and 4-weekend road trip here in Barrie tonight, joined by Spirit head coach Chris Lazary. And Coach, just going back through last weekend, the game at home against the North Bay Battalion, 2-1 going into the third period. Just how much did things change in the final 20 minutes, and where do you kind of go from there?
Yeah, like obviously ugly finish to what was an okay game up to that point, but we have to be a lot better. We've had some good meetings this week, but at some point we got to take a step here. I think we've combed through the numbers with our guys and looked at a bunch of different things of what's probably holding us back, but we kind of likened ourselves a little bit to Toronto. We watched them play the other night. They got about 5 breakaways in the second period on dumb turnovers, exactly like us. And we got to get some of those out of our games that keep those odd mans out. And then I think we're right in every game, and it's just finding a way to win them. But at some point, your team has to take a step and mature, and we're hoping to see that here at some point on this road trip.
You get a couple of new faces into the lineup tonight. We'll start with Jensen Geldart, GOHL prospect of the week a couple of weekends ago with Chatham. 6'1", got some size. What do you expect to see out of him? What does he bring to the table?
Yeah, there's a lot of good things to like. Skates well, supports pucks well, totally high-end skill. Playing his first real game here, coming off a pretty good start to Junior B, and we're expecting him to have a good northern road trip and evaluate him as we go. But we're excited about our future because of kids like him, and it's exciting to watch him practice all week and completely fit in, and now get to play some real games. He's excited. We're excited. He should bring energy, hopefully provide a spark.
And you get to see Uri Rauja for the first time as well. Got to see him a little bit in morning skate, really your first time laying eyes on him in person here this morning. What stood out about him? Well,
he can rip a puck, that's for sure. And again, like a kid that got off a flight yesterday, gets to rink today, hasn't practiced with the team, knows nothing about our league, nothing about the rink he's in, nothing about his teammates, goes out and looks great. And we're excited to see him. It's going to be a little bit of a process learning our structure and our systems. He's going to be out of position at times. He's going to make mistakes. I told him, I don't care. Just compete, take information. Let's get you up to speed, and we'll see your game. But he's a highly talented kid that we're thrilled to get here, and I'm looking forward to working with him and developing him.
For yourself, 400th game behind the Spirit bench as the head coach. Just when you look back and you try to think about game number 1 as the head coach of this hockey team, what do you remember about it, and how much have things changed for yourself since then?
Well, I was on this trip that it happened. It happened up we started in North Bay on it, and we were down 3-1 in the third, and Bodie Wild scored the overtime winner, and 400 games but not 400 wins. So there's still a lot of work to do, but it's been a great ride. It's been a dream realized. We've accomplished a lot of great things, but if you notice in my office around work, I don't hang anything about the Memorial Cup or anything we've done. It's always about the next win and the next trophy, and I'm built that way. I'm after the next title for this franchise, and 400 games is great, but 401 will be, or 400 games would be good if we get a win. That's all I care about, is winning games.
And on the Barrie side of things, they're without 2 of their top defensemen here tonight. Just how much of an opportunity does it give you guys here to start out this road trip?
It's an opportunity if you take advantage. If we're not going to, if we have plays off the rush, we got space, make them. Get numbers, get inside, pull pucks inside the dots, make the plays that look nice, and attack the net. If we don't, you got to put pucks in space. It's got to be a predictable lay for us. We got to get on top of it and make those guys with their depth try to break out on our forecheck pressure. If we don't take advantage of that and we try to turn a ton of pucks over, not taking advantage, then that's on us. I expect to see a blend of both out of our team, and either or both should create zone time from us, and then it's what we do from there.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight. That's Chris Lazary. Saginaw starts out on this Thursday night in Barrie. Back after this when you're home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the hockey dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
We're Duralast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Duralast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Duralast, the world's best roof.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Exactly going your way. It doesn't hurt to get out, to get away, to clear your head. 322 miles separate the Dow Event Center from Sandlin Arena, and that's the site of tonight's game as the Saginaw Spirit take on the Barrie Colts for the first time this year, looking to get back in the win column. Hi, everybody. My name's Dylan Clark. Thanks so much for being with us for this game tonight. An exciting matchup between the Spirit and the Barrie Colts. Barrie, right now, one of the hottest teams in the OHL, points in 7 consecutive contests. Saginaw looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. We take a look at your starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. The Colts, we talked about their 2 top defensemen out, Kayshawn Aitchison and Gabriel Eliasson, serving suspensions. So they go with Joe Salandra up front on the left side, Cole Baudouin, the Utah Mammoth first-round pick in 2024 at center, Emil Hemming, first-rounder to the Dallas Stars on the right side. It'll be Justin Hanser on the back end with Evan Passmore of the New York Rangers. On the Spirit side of things, Dima Zhilkin with Igor Barabanov and Nikita Klepov. The Russians have been reunited for Chris Lazary here in his 400th game as the Spirit head coach. Xander Valeris and Levi Harper on the back end for the Saginaw Spirit. We'll get into your goaltending matchup here in a little bit. And before we drop the puck, before we come back, we'll take you to Marin back in the studio. She's got a look around the OHL at your out-of-town scoreboard.
Thanks so much, Dylan. 3 other games happening around the OHL tonight, all dropping the pucks right about now. The Erie Otters visiting the North Bay Battalion. The battalion obviously coming off that 7-1 win over the Spirit, looking to carry on that momentum, while Erie, sitting at the bottom of the Western Conference, is hunting for a win. Sarnia Sting at Peterborough Pete's, a matchup with a lot of implications for Saginaw and Barrie. Sarnia just a point behind the Spirit in the standings, while the Pete's, coming off a big 6-2 win against Ottawa, they sit tied for 4th with Barrie in the East at 22 points. Lastly, the Sioux Greyhounds at Windsor. The Sioux coming off that shootout win against Barrie. They're in a 3-way tie with Flint and London in the West, looking to move up in the standings, while Windsor is holding on to a 4-point lead in the Western Conference. That's all for your out-of-town scores presented to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll get you back to Dylan for Puck Drop shortly. You're listening to the home of Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers, Kluchak scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Jilkin. He'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Jilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Well, this area of southern Ontario known as the Greater Golden Horseshoe. And it makes sense that the Spirit find themselves locked up in a battle with the Barrie Colts here on this Thursday night. Saginaw's one and only trip here to Sadlin Arena on the season. Of course, these two teams won't see each other again until January the 31st up in Saginaw, or back in Saginaw. Little pregame recognition here inside Sadlin Arena for some of the charitable work that the Colts have been doing in the region here. And again, a matchup here for the Spirit where an opportunity to get back in the win column again. The Spirit trying to shake off 3 consecutive losses. Barrie, the second longest active point streak in the Ontario Hockey League, at least right now. The Brantford Bulldogs, of course, points in every single game to start this season to this point, points in all 19 of the 19 games that they've played. So for Barrie right now, they're up with the hottest teams in the Ontario Hockey League. Second in the Central Division, 5th in the Eastern Conference as things currently stand. I think Nick Sema's out at center ice for the ceremonial face-off right now, along with Cole Baudouin, looking for the ceremonial face-off drop there. We're looking around for the puck for a split second. Saginaw looking to improve the record here at Sadlin Arena. All-time 4-13-3-1. It was an overtime loss last season after a late push by the Spirit. They tied things up late. Dimas Jilkin found the back of the net in that game. Perhaps some more magic on tap for Dimas Jilkin in this game, but first the national anthems. National anthems here inside Sadlin Arena. Saginaw and the Barrie Colts for the first meeting here on the season. The Spirit start out a 3-game and 4-night stretch throughout the Central Division. Barrie tonight, Sudbury on Saturday, North Bay on Sunday, and an opportunity to repay the favor for their last game, a 7-1 loss. 2-1 going into the third period, and the Battalion took over. So a Spirit team probably not feeling the best right now. They'd like to get off on a hot foot here to start this Thursday night contest. We'll take a look at your starting goaltenders here for tonight's game, brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit, and it's Ben Harebic in goal for the Barrie Colts. The Milton, Ontario native, 5 wins on the season, was a standout performer last year. 21 victories in his first OHL year, a .920 save percentage. Stopped 37 pucks against the Sioux Greyhounds in a shootout loss back on November the 8th, their most recent game for the Barrie Colts. 452 saves, second most in the Ontario Hockey League. It's Ben Harebic's net here for the 14th time this season for the Barrie Colts. And across the way, Stepan Shurigan yet again, back in action. His most recent game, 35 saves against the Kitchener Rangers. Last week, he was one of the bigger reasons why that game did not get further out ahead. He held Saginaw in it as long as he possibly could. 5 wins on the season for the young man from Samara, Russia. Your officials tonight brought to you by WNEM TV5. Jason Feist and Derek Riseborough are the referees. Ryan Card and Mackenzie Wright will work the lines. Saginaw, the traveling Navy Blues with the red and the white. Barrie, the white jerseys, blue pants, gold and red trim throughout. And they start with the hockey puck here on Delta College opening faceoff. Saginaw and the Barrie Colts on this Thursday. Barrie moving right to left. They shoot it back into the Spirit end behind the goaltender, Stepan Shurigan. First big-time collision of this game. Cole Baudouin crashes into Levi Harper back in the near side corner. Puck up the left point. Hanser fires it back around here for the Colts. Baudouin locking up now with Saginaw's Barabanov. A centering pass that escapes everybody and ends up all the way back down in Colts real estate. Puck picked up. Justin Hanser. A little collision there between Saginaw's forechecking Dima Zhilkin and the goaltender Ben Harebic, as right now the Colts start out from back and behind their own net. 40 seconds gone here. No score in the first period. Cole Baudouin back up through center. Mosey's down the right side. Tries to get around Saginaw's Levi Harper. No more puck for him. Back up at the right point. Puck move D to D. This is Teague Vader, brother of Tate Vader up in the Sioux. And now this one cross ice. And the first touch of the puck in the OHL for Uri Rauja. Down the left side. That one floats off the right pad of the goaltender Ben Harebic. 2 against 3 in the corner. Barrie with the numbers advantage back in their own end. Minute some change gone here in the first period. The puck picked up now by Brad Gardner. Dallas Stars third round pick back in 2023, and an intercept here on Sebastian Gervais' behalf. Puck off the far boards, taken away from Gervais. Looking to go back to work. This is Cole Emerton back in the Barrie end. Colts go up the far side boards, back into the Spirit zone. And that'll bring up a stoppage and an icing here. 18:32 left in this first period. And we mentioned the first touch of the puck for Uri Rauja. Saginaw's third-round selection in this year's import draft. The original plan, it seemed, was for Rauja to show up next year, but things changed a little bit. Rauja had been playing with HKM Zvolin's U20 program over in Slovakia, leading the team with 22 points in 16 games. Colts clear off the D-zone faceoff, and what do you know, another icing down to 18:24 left in this first period. And Rauja, no stranger to playing up. He just turned 17 years old. He shares a birthday October 3rd of 2008 with Levi Harper. And he'd been playing up on, like I said, the U20 team and even the pro team, the pro program for HKM Zvolin over in Slovakia. Playing against some former NHLers and the best that Slovakia has to offer. So really exciting to see what 6'2" Uri Rauja can do as this puck is moved back into the Spirit end, not for an icing this time. Stepan Shurigan drops it off for James Go, the overage defenseman. Now left side. This is brought into the offensive zone by Saginaw's Barabanov. Looking to find Klepov. Broken play and a pad save made by Ben Horebic on a point drive from Graydon Jones that he never saw. Puck taken by Cole Baudouin. The Colts flip it back in. Oh, Brad Gardner checked that. Stepan Shurigan fires it down. Gardner going to glove that puck on the far side boards. Looking back in front for the former Spirit forward, Bodie Stewart. This is instead Justin Hanser here for the Colts, back into the corner. Centering feed off the goaltender, and the rebound chance. Turned down on the backhand. A great save by Shurigan to rob Bodie Stewart. On the left point, Armstrong. Long shot, flutters wide. Graydon Jones locking up now with Brad Gardner. Stewart there for support. Saginaw Zhilkin skates away with the puck. Moved up for Klepov, turned off the boards, but not out to center. 2.5 minutes gone here in the first period. No score between Saginaw and Barrie. Graydon Jones gets shouldered there by Brad Gardner. Puck up the outside boards now for Igor Barabanov, looking towards the middle. Not much in the way of support. Crosses over the offensive blue line. Here comes Barabanov. Into the right wing circle. Lost the puck. Carson Harmer following on. He got a stick up high. No more puck for the Spirit. It'll be Alex Asadorian on the counterattack for the Colts. Cuts up just inside the Spirit blue line. Barrie fires it back in. Little trouble for Shurigan as he tried to knock that puck down for Levi Harper. Nick Sema takes a shoulder in front of the Spirit bench. This one ripped back in. Shurigan to knock it down. Third line comes out now for Saginaw. Jensen Geldart making his OHL debut between Nick Sema and Carson Harmer, who has the puck into the offensive zone now for the Spirit. Harmer cross ice. Goes off the body of Alex Asadorian. Harmer going to spin that one there. Looking for the deflection were both Geldart and Sema. Now back at the left point. Harper, lots of room. Takes his shot. Fought off by Ben Horebic up high. Bouncer into the right wing circle again. Glove down by Harmer. Hit and spinning, but still moves the puck. Now Geldart in pursuit of it. Back in the right wing corner, he's got Cole Emerton. And the Colts move it up the far side boards out to center. Bunted out of the air at hip height by Levi Harper. He's taken into the boards. Carson Harmer on this puck. Gets the nudge from Jaden Newton. Spirit down the left side. Sema cuts in. Snaps a shot that gets blocked. And into the corner, it kicks back around. This is Newton. Colts back into the offensive end. 4 minutes gone here in a scoreless first period. Jaden Newton driving low on Saginaw's Josh Glavin. A little help from Carter Lowe as this is up the near side boards and up at the point. Long fluttering shot is into the glove of Stepan Shurigan, though it was heading wide. And Levi Harper right now getting a couple of whacks on the shin guards from Ethan Armstrong. Jonah McCormick in on this discussion as well. Everything's going to take its way back to the bench. 15:49 to go in the first period. Fourth line is on. In a manner of speaking, Saginaw with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen tonight. So Miroslav Shatan going to center Uri Rauja and Brody Popoli for the moment. Rauja wearing number 10. Same number had been worn by Candon O'Neill earlier this season. Of course, more notably, Pavel Minchikov a number of years ago. Offensive zone faceoff for the Colts ends up back at center. This will be Justin Hanser to take over. Thrown back in behind the goal of Saginaw, Stepan Shurigan. Josh Glavin moves the puck for Miroslav Shatan. Back up through center ice. He gets blown up. A big-time hit there by McCormick. And Shatan slow to get back to the Spirit bench. Barrie's got it. Back in their own end. Drop back and around. This is moved up the far side boards, and a little bit of a shoulder bump is given there. Another collision back at the Spirit blue line. The puck fired back in behind Stepan Shurigan's net. Back up through center ice. Sebastian Gervais with a crushing open ice hit. Puck is free. This one picked up, thrown in front there, broken up on its way through. Passmore, the Barrie defenseman, made that contact with Gervais up at center. Spirit still in the offensive zone. Cloutier rolling, takes a shot into traffic that's blocked by Passmore. Cloutier up high, in the slot, Gervais. Tries to send this one for James Go back down below the Barrie goal line. Go tries to spin that puck in front. Taken away and ramped up off the glass. Bouncing puck back out at center. Taken by Gervais, moved up the wall. Emil Hemming takes over here for the Colts as the top line looks to come back on. Jacob Cloutier has it poked away. This is Baudouin. 14.5 to go here in the first period. Still no score. But a couple of big-time hits here in this game. Xander Valeris back into the Spirit end. He's pursued by Salandra. Sema, nice little give and go there with James Go. The Colts shut that one down just inside their own blue line, and Jacob Cloutier trying to wrestle that puck deeper into the Barrie zone. The Colts will clear. Xander Valeris looking for an outlet pass. Back in after being a healthy scratch on last Saturday night against the North Bay Battalion. This puck fired back in. Cole Emerton is back. Taken away now by Saginaw's Sema in the offensive zone. Wanted to find Nikita Klepov. That'll be rammed around there by Cole Emerton again. On to Gardner on the far side. Backhander can't get out of the zone. Crombie has to lay it down. Emerton up the near side. Colts fire it back in behind Stepan Shurigan. 13.5 to go here in the first. Bodie Stewart locks up with Saginaw's Levi Harper. Xander Valeris is there as well. Good stick lift there by Harper to get that puck away from Crombie. Harper back up for Sema. Through center, now near side, Nikita Klepov. Into the right wing corner of the Colts zone. Klepov in the middle of a 6-game scoring streak looking to find the defenseman. But it goes back out into the Spirit end, and Josh Glavin has to get on his horse and get it back in between the Spirit faceoff dots. Long shoot in, easily sticked aside by the goaltender Ben Horebic. Outlet pass up the near side. Nicholas Desiderio. Harmer takes over for Saginaw. Harper back off the near side boards, and this is picked up by Justin Hanser again. Going to pursue Jensen Geldart. He wears 95 in Saginaw's red, white, and blue here tonight. Back in behind the goal line, this is Levi Harper. Carson Harmer, this one a point shot tipped on its way through. That one bounces off the stick of Saginaw's Brody Papoy. Geldart locked up in the near side corner. This one will come off the boards for Alex Asadorian of the Colts. Gets away from Carson Harmer, and he's up through center ice. Asadorian driving wide on Glavin, lowers the shoulder, one-handed in front, and a good poke check there by Stepan Shurigan. Following on was Desiderio, and he couldn't get that rebound chance to go. Now Jensen Geldart down the left side, locked up along the far boards by Ethan Armstrong. Colts will pick things up back and behind their own net, and back up through center. This one fired back in by Desiderio. W-ranked prospect on NHL Central Scouting's preliminary list. One of a handful of Colts players. 4 of them getting attention from Central Scouting early on. Failed zone entry there on the part of Gervais, but forechecking is Uri Rauja. Turnover, forced it, a shot snapped wide there by Jacob Cloutier. Saginaw's best scoring chance of the game so far. Back in the corner it comes, just inside 12 to go. Here in a scoreless first period, shots 5-2 in favor of Saginaw. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. A backhanded pass by Cloutier in the offensive zone. Reeled in by James Go. Stumbles, but stays on his skates. He's got Jonah McCormick on him. Pile up of bodies in the corner. This will be finally pulled out and moved nearby Lowe. His puck gotten back out to center. Lowe picks it up, locks up with Hayden Barch. Puck knocked off the boards by Ethan Armstrong. Intercepted by Saginaw's Cloutier. Now it's Gervais into the circular shot. That one fall off by Horebic in between the glove hand and the left goal pad. Makes the stop. Puck back in front. Feeding a shot there. It's Cloutier. He scores. Great work out of a slip from the corner. Gervais to Zilkin and Cloutier into the back of the net. 11-11 in the first period, and Saginaw takes the 1-0 lead. Seventh goal of the season for Saginaw's Jacob Cloutier. And that comes off of a couple of collisions in the corner. Dimas Zilkin, we talked about, he found the back of the net last time he was here. This time he plays the role of the facilitator. Sebastian Gervais should be credited with an assist on that play as well. And the Spirit needed a quick start in this hockey game. They had sustained pressure. They've outshot the Colts, and Jacob Cloutier breaks through. Saginaw's Beerline Trombley Electric light the lamp goal has them up 1-0 here halfway through the first period. They go back to work in the offensive zone. Barabana floats one to the net. That goes wide on the glove hand side of Horebic. Back down, back around. Colts in the D zone. This one picked up. Skated through center by Salandra. Down the right wing, Baudouin's got a step, no angle though. Big hit and a collision there. A good stop made by Stepan Shurigan. The net's come off. 10:39 to go in the first period. Close call down at the Spirit end, but Shurigan makes the stop. And it's Jacob Fluche that has Saginaw up 1-0. Back to Barrie after this here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber. Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Welcome back inside Sadlin Arena. 1-0. The Spirit have the lead over the Barrie Colts on Jacob Kluche's 7th goal of the season. Saginaw makes quick work out of a puck in the corner. The assists have not officially been handed out, but again, we expect them to go to Dimas Yilkin and Sebastian Gervais. On what could be an exciting night for the Spirit, the OHL debuts of Uri Rauser, their 3rd-round pick in this year's import draft, Jensen Geldard as well. Puck moved back into the Spirit end. Blake Barnes takes a hit from Joe Salandra. Turned over, though. This is picked up by Baudouin on the backhand. Put in front. Another right pad save is made by Stepan Shurigan. Barabanov leads the Spirit counterattack. Down the right side. Pulls up inside the line. Trying to find Josh Glavin. That puck turned wide. Colts will pick back up. Hemming up for Baudouin. Glavin. Big-time collision. Glavin and Baudouin lock up in front of the penalty box doors. Klepov throws it up the left side now for Barabanov. Drops the puck off. Klepov wasn't there. Colts will take over. Down the right side, this is Emil Hemming. Forced into the boards by Saginaw's James Go. Past the midway point of the first period. 1-0 on the goal from Jacob Kluche. Bodie Stewart lays a check. Hayden Barnes moves the puck up to Saginaw's Nick Sema. Tries to move it through the neutral zone. Gets a stick lift on Bodie Stewart, and the puck will drift back in and be covered by the Barrie goaltender Ben Horebic. 9:39 left in this first period. Colts without 2 of their top defensemen. Kayshawn Aitchison, the 17th overall selection by the New York Islanders. In this year's NHL draft, Gabriel Eliasson, 2nd rounder to the Ottawa Senators in 2024, both serving 2-game suspensions. Eliasson's for a cross-check in that Sioux game back on November the 8th. Kayshawn Aitchison for squirting a little water up into the spectator area after the Colts fell to the Greyhounds in a shootout. Nick Sema back from center on the shoot-in. A little disappointing, as you always want to see the more talented players when you go on trips like this, especially the ones you don't see very often, but I don't think the Spirit will lose too much sleep about not having to play either of those guys. This puck is back in front of the Saginaw net, kicked towards the goal by Bodie Stewart. The save made by Saginaw, Stepan Shurigan. Gardner looking in front. Broken play. Crombie the shot. Great save again by Shurigan. Couple of chances from point-blank range. Shurigan gets the pads together to make the stop, and Saginaw flips things back into the offensive zone. Jensen Geldart closes off a check on Teague Vader. Loose puck in front. Left wing circle. Shot there by Jones is blocked. Rebound comes in front of the Barrie bench. Colts get it back out to center. Crombie, stick lifted. And the puck stolen by fellow overager Nick Sema. Blows a tire as he tried to stop up in the corner. Carson Harmer rams this puck around. Levi Harper now rolling down the half boards. He gets the free hand there from Nicholas Desiderio. Kind of spun him around. Play continues. Desiderio down the left side. The drop pass picked up by Crombie looking toward the Spirit net. Levi Harper tracks back. Takes him out of the equation. Wraparound chance by Desiderio. 2 saves by Shurigan. And a whistle and some jousting after as Desiderio's got Sema on him. Harper poking back and forth with one of the other Colts. It is Crombie, but nothing more after that. 8:23 here in period 1. Couple of good opportunities by Nicholas Desiderio on the doorstep. Got a few extra pokes at the left pad of Stepan Shurigan. I think that puck actually eventually did end up in the net, but it was well after the whistle. 8:23 left in the first D-zone faceoff here for Saginaw. And a little bit of pushback. You like to see them mixing it up here early. especially after the way things turned in that third period against the North Bay Battalion last weekend. Xander Valeris clears the zone out of a D-zone faceoff. Passmore will throw it back in for the Colts from center. Remember, had that big-time check on Saginaw, Sebastian Gervais, who just chips this puck back up to the top of the Spirit zone. Uri Rauja tried to move the puck to Jacob Cloutier, but the Spirit well offside. This will come back out into the neutral zone. Chris Lazary said, first thing that stood out about Uri Rauja in morning skate today, and again, that is all that the Spirit have seen in person of Uri Rauja until the start of the hockey game, obviously. The puck skills stood out. The shot stood out. So we'll see if Uri Rauja, again, 5 goals this season with HKM's Volin's U20 squad and led the team with 22 points. Spirit clear this puck back out at center. Emerton fires it back in for the Colts. Lively bounce off the end boards and a little backhand shovel. Shurigan flips it out of the zone. It's gloved down by Jacob Cloutier. That'll spur the rush back in. Rauja from the corner. Sharp angle try. Pad saved by Ben Harebic. Rauja's got the stick knocked out of his hand and a delayed penalty coming. 7:38 left in period 1. A 1-0 lead for Saginaw and a penalty to Ethan Armstrong for slashing. Will send Saginaw to their first IBEW Local 557 power play of tonight's game. Saginaw 16 of 82 on the season, dead middle in the OHL, 10th place at 19.5%. The Colts PK has struggled. 17th, 21 power play goals have been allowed, just a hair over 74%. So an opportunity here for the Spirit to perhaps double up early. Puck comes around the near side in the offensive zone. Shoveled up the glass by Barabanov. Klepov now for Levi Harper. Dimas Yilkin waiting in the circle. He's got the puck now from the dot. Throws it back on through looking for Klepov. That's broken up and comes back into the neutral zone. Levi Harper back over to Dimas Yilkin. Saginaw hits the line. 25 seconds gone on their first IBW 557 power play. Levi Harper on the restart here for the Spirit. Just had his scoring streak snapped. 18 points in 19 games at this point of the season. This is Barabanov into the left wing circle. Down below the goal line, had the goaltender beat, and that puck was hanging out in the blue crease for a split second. The Colts take care of that and send it down for Stepan Shurigan, the Spirit goaltender. Barabanov outweighted Ben Harebic on the far goal post and just couldn't tuck it in. Levi Harper on the Saginaw counterattack. 1 minute left on the slashing penalty to Ethan Armstrong. This puck is cleared again. Stepan Shurigan there to handle. Spirit get a line change. Graydon Jones leading out the second power play unit. Couple of defensemen out, Jones and Go. As Harmer, Cloutier, and Sema round out the 5, and James Go sneaking in ahead of the play. He is offside. 37 seconds left on the first Spirit power play here in tonight's game. Face off to come outside the line. Outside the Colt zone. William Schneid to take the face off. Jaden Newton out there among the penalty killers. Justin Hanser and Evan Passmore. But the puck moved from Graydon Jones to Jacob Cloutier, this game's goal scorer. Puck quickly cleared as the Colts sprint to the near boards. William Schneid saw to that. James Go's going to rip this puck back in and around. 20 seconds left in the Spirit power play. 5:56 left in the first period. Saginaw up 1-0. Newton knocks Sema off the puck. Here's a short-handed chance for William Schneid. One-on-one, trying to drag through James Go. He did, but did not maintain possession of the puck. So Stepan Shurigan takes over. Cloutier, then Harmer, and back to Graydon Jones. Cloutier at the near side. Penalty time has expired. James Go lays it into the left circle for Cloutier. Back up at the point. It's going to hop over the stick of Go and out to center. Saginaw 0 for 1 on the power play. Jones, outlet pass will be knocked down by a high stick on the Barrie side of things, and so the face-off to come in the neutral zone. 5:22 left in the first period. Saginaw unsuccessful on the power play, but the Cloutier goal has them up 1-0. We're back to Barrie after this.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
1-0 inside Sadlin Arena. 5:22 left in the first period. Dimas Jokin and Sebastian Gervais have the assists on Jacob Cloutier's 7th goal of the season. Came out of some good work in the corner. Barrie most recently killing off a penalty. As Cloutier looks to improve upon his 23 goals from last year's first full season in the OHL. Creeping up a little bit closer to 100 games. This is game number 87 in the OHL career of Jacob Cloutier, 7th-round pick for the Winnipeg Jets last summer. The faceoff is at center after a Colts high stick. And Barrie trying to keep it in the offensive end. Gervais, a pass a little too far ahead of Jensen Geldart. Making his OHL debut. Picks it back up with Brody Papoy. A couple of players go down. Sebastian Gervais keeps it in just inside the blue line. Back in below the goal line it goes. Colts end. Spinning in front. Geldart looking to find a man. This is rejected and swatted back out the center. Bodie Stewart's got to hop over a spinning Josh Glavin. Those two were rookies together back in 22-23. Now here come the Spirit, and the puck going to hop right off the stick of Blake Barnes on a good feed from Sebastian Gervais. Colts in transition. Crombie down the left side. Backdoor feed right to the net. Great save by the stick of Shurigan, and he's going to scoop up the rebound too. A Colt goes flying into the blue paint, but Stepan Shurigan hangs on to that puck. 4:33 to go here in the first period. I think it was Brad Gardner going to the back door on his strong side. He's a right shot, heading down the right wing, so he had a lot of power and a great opportunity on that chance. Shurigan lunges out with the goal stick and smacks it away before it even turns into a shot. Good read by the Spirit netminder. 4.5 to go in the first. It stays a 1-0 game. Offensive zone faceoff. Colts win it. Teague Vader trying to find Emil Hemming. It pops off his skate. Vader back at center. That's over and picked up by Cole Emerton. Fired back in behind Shurigan. Turning puck gets away from him. Hayden Barnes bounces it off the wall there for Xander Valeris. Intercepted though. Emil Hemming poked at by Valeris. Jilkin gets it back up to center ice. Barabanov ran out of space there, and the puck cannot find its way to Dimas Jilkin. Colts go D to D and back up through center. Joe Salandra back up the far wall, too far for Baudouin. Valeris to his defensive partner Hayden Barnes off the boards, picked up by Jilkin. Might have a step on Teague Vader here. Stick work in the corner. Jilkin tries to spin. No more puck for him. Gets in with a bit of a slash there on Vader. Might have gotten away with one. Levi Harper doing what he can to keep this puck alive. The Colts will take over at their own blue line. Nice pass off the wall. This is Hemming down the right side, and a snapshot. Blocked up and out of play by the overage defenseman James Go. 3:37 left in this opening period here. 1-0 Saginaw on the goal from Jacob Cloutier. His line comes back out. Gervais and Uri Rausha. Chris Lazary said during Coach's Corner the expectation of Rausha just to compete. There will be mistakes. There will be miscommunications and misunderstandings. You're playing with a new team in a new league in a new country for the first time. So the effort is all that is really the issue right now. Not that it's an issue, but it's all that's being focused on. We've seen some good shifts from Rausha here. D-zone faceoff. Spirit can't hang on to it. Asadorian in front again. Poked away by the active stick of Stepan Shurigan. Jacob Cloutier wrestles it back out into the neutral zone. He gets drilled, but the puck is picked up by Rausha down the left side, and Passmore tying up Cloutier. We've got a whistle and a stoppage. We have a penalty. 3:32 to go in the first. Offside on that play. Thought there might have been something on the tie-up between Passmore and Jacob Cloutier. Neutral zone draw taken here by the Colts. 3 and some change left in the first period. Stepan Shurigan sets the puck up for Sebastian Gervais. Quick move off the boards from James Go. Colts disrupt the Saginaw breakout here. Levi Harper tries to go off the wall. He's surrounded by Colts. Puck spills back in front. James Go button hooks back in front of his goaltender. I'll try again. Outlet pass off the skate of Gervais. Shovels one. It's gloved down by Uri Rausha. The cross-ice pass intended for Jacob Cloutier. Rouza takes the bump from Passmore. Kluche tries to throw him in front. Passmore, the Colt defenseman, has this back up the far wall. Can't be stolen by Gervais. Asadorian back out at center. Gervais is going to touch that puck offside. 2:39 left in this first period. And we get another stoppage here. It stays a 1-0 lead here for Saginaw. Jensen Geldart back on with Carson Harmer and Nick Sema. We have not seen Miroslav Shatan since he took that hit earlier in this period. Near intercept from Carson Harmer off the neutral zone draw. Jensen Geldart comes on with a collision, but this is Newton down the right side. His shot gets blocked by Blake Barnes. Newton tripped up. Play does not continue. We are going to have a penalty here. I think Barnes was in the middle of dropping his stick or trying to make sure he didn't drop it. It got tied up in the skates of Jaden Newton. 2:23 left in the first. And Saginaw's Blake Barnes to the penalty box on a tripping call. Spirit PK, a troublesome spot here in the beginning of the season, to be sure. 72.6%, 19th in the OHL. The Colt power play, fourth best, just shy of 30%. Emerton for Emil Hemming on the near wall. Top of the left circle, goes down to the goal line, looking for Gardner. That'll pop away from him, and Saginaw just shovels it to the boards on the near side and out to center. Gervais, Zhilkin, Barch, and Glavin, the penalty killers for Chris Lazary. Colts top power play unit is out. Gardner, Hemming, Baudouin's got it. He's going to skate it out of his own end right now. Given there to Hemming, trying to shake wide on Gervais, and getting ahead of that puck was Joe Salandra. And so they'll drop it in the neutral zone again. Dima Zhilkin, a couple of words for Brad Gardner. Cole Baudouin wears the C, at least here at home, on the white uniforms. Tayshaun Aitchison, again, not in the game tonight. Deserving the first of a 2-game suspension. He wears it on the dark sweaters. So in the first half of the season, that means he's the captain on the road. Colts trying to work this puck out of their own end. 1-0 Saginaw, $1:40 left in the first period. Baudouin trying to back in front. They never get a shot away. The puck was loose in the blue crease. Zhilkin got it out of danger, and a chance finally comes through that Shurigan's able to save. And now Glavin wrapped up with one of the Colts afterwards. A couple of strange broken plays. Shurigan got across. The shot never came. But when the puck does finally come his way, he was able to get back up and make the stop. Josh Glavin locked up with one of the Colts in the immediate aftermath. Down to 1:09 left on the tripping penalty to Blake Barnes. 1:32 in the period. Coming up in the first intermission report, we are not far from Elmvale, Ontario, hometown of Spirit GM Dave Drinkle. He's in the building. He'll join us coming up in the first intermission. Puck down to the goal line. Colts on the power play. Point shot into traffic, and a save is made by Shurigan. Nicholas Desiderio knocking on the doorstep. Got knocked into the Spirit goaltender a little bit. You'll hear from Jacob Kluche for that, but I'm not sure how Shurigan was able to find that puck through the traffic. All of a sudden, the Colts have shot out ahead on the shot board, 14-8 here in the first period. They've got 59 seconds left on the Blake Barnes penalty for tripping. Sebastian Gervais wins a crucial D-zone draw, and Carson Harmer will rip that puck head high all the way out and down the ice. Asadorian. Colts move it into the offensive zone. Crombie stepped up on by James Go. No more puck. It'll bounce back and forth. Crombie has to drop back, and he'll find the defenseman Teague Vader. Slowly drifting back in between his own face-off circles. They don't like what they see. They'll drop it back again. Asadorian hits the line with speed. Got tripped up. No call coming. Trying to sell. This will be picked up here by Carson Harmer. More behind the play as Harmer is into the offensive zone, or he'll think better of it. Now here comes Harmer. Down the left wing short-handed, and a pad save is made by Harevic. The rebound comes all the way out to Jones at center. 10 seconds on the Blake Barnes penalty. Josh Glavin waiting in his own face-off dot. Cole Baudouin on him. Glavin throws it into the right wing corner of the Colts zone. Blake Barnes is out of the box. Saginaw 1-for-1 in the PK here tonight. 18 seconds left in the first period. Baudouin, full head of steam, lost the puck on the blue line. He may have had a good angle on Josh Glavin there. This puck back out at center. Passmore takes it away. Off the glass, knocked down by Josh Glavin. It would have been offside. So the Spirit have to see things handled by the Colts into the first intermission. But not a bad spot to be in. As Sema gives an extra shot there to Justin Hanser. Passmore, an extra chop to Nick Sema. Some more stick work, but I don't believe too much more should follow. As Jacob Kluche is still barking. 20 minutes in the books, a 1-0 lead for the Saginaw Spirit. Jacob Kluche's got the only goal. 7th of the season from Dimas Jilkin and Sebastian Gervais. 14 stops for Stepan Shurigan, 8 for Ben Horevic. And like we said, a 1-0 Saginaw lead. We take a break. First intermission coming up after this. Highlights, recap. We'll speak with Spirit GM Dave Drinkle and a lot more coming up on your first intermission after this. Here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today. The disability experts in your community.
It's time for your intermission report, brought to you by Raymond.
Welcome back into the Stormmaster Exteriors studio for the first intermission report, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. Saginaw Spirit leading 1-0 after the first 20 minutes, but starting back at the beginning of the period, the Spirit were controlling the pace early, leading that shot count, and there were some big saves from goaltender Stepan Shurigan.
This is instead Justin Hanser here for the Colts, back into the corner. Centering feed off the goaltender, and the rebound chance. Turned down on the backhand. A great save by Shurigan to rob Bodie Stewart.
Well, Shurigan was doing his work on his end of the ice. His teammates weren't gonna let it go in vain. Just before the halfway mark, Sebastian Gervais winning a puck battle in the corner, getting that over to Jilkin, who connected with Jacob Kluche for this in the slot for his 7th goal of the season.
In between the glove hand and the left goal pad, makes the stop. Puck back in front, feeding a shot. There is Kluche. He scores. Great work out of a slip from the corner. Gervais to Jilkin and Kluche into the back of the net. 11-11 in the first period, and Saginaw takes the 1-0 lead.
After that Kluche goal, the Colts were able to find some momentum. They had to go on the penalty kill, shut down the Spirit, but as they found momentum with the puck, they could not get past Stepan Shurigan as he came up with save after save for some highlight reel stops.
Takes him out of the equation. Wraparound chance by Desiderio. 2 saves by Shurigan. Colts in transition. Crombie down the left side. Backdoor feed right to the net. Great save by the sticker Shurigan. And he's going to scoop up the rebound too. A Colt goes flying into the blue paint. But Stepan Shurigan hangs on to that puck.
Later on in the period, Barnes would be called for a tripping penalty in the final 2 minutes, 23 seconds of the period. The Spirit penalty kill able to keep the Colts off the board. to make it a 1-0 game going into the first intermission. Both teams not able to capitalize on their one chance on the power play. That's all here from the first intermission report. When we come back, we'll hear from Dylan and GM Dave Drinkle. When we return, you're listening to the home of Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together. Let's drive.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Meyer & Associates also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Back inside Sadlin Arena, 1-0 lead for the Saginaw Spirit here through 20 minutes of play, thanks to a goal from Jacob Kluche. Pleased to be joined now up in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Spirit GM Dave Drinkle and now U17 World Challenge gold medalist Dave Drinkle. Dave, congratulations on the hardware, and good to have you back. It was a long time without you. How was the overall experience for you up with Team Canada Red?
No, I appreciate it. Unbelievable experience. Got a chance to do it last year in Sarnia. Unfortunately, we lost in the gold medal game. So I had a silver medal there, and I wanted to make sure we got the gold this year, and our guys got it done. But the way the Hockey Canada treats you, the way the tournament's organized, how hard the games are, getting to meet staff from different parts of the country and pick their brain on the way they do things with their junior team and different players, how they do things. It's all things that we can bring back to Saginaw, make our program better. So to be able to represent the country, Saginaw, my family, the OHL is definitely a privilege. I'm glad we won.
How tough is it to kind of step away in the middle or in the early portion of a season here? You've got your GM duties in Saginaw. How tough is it to kind of set that down for a little bit and focus on Hockey Canada for 2 weeks?
It's definitely tough for sure, but when you have good people around you, Brian Prout does an unbelievable job. Everybody knows Brian, assistant GM in Saginaw. In my mind, should be a GM in the league, and what he does for myself and Chris Lazary around the rink, like our head coach. When you trust the people that are still in place, you know everything's going to keep running smoothly. Now, they do give you a lot of time in the mornings to take care of your job as well, because you're still, the Saginaw Spirit GM at the end of the day, and you got to make sure you're doing your job there as well. But makes for a lot of long nights when you're out there. But you're there to do a job and win a medal, and we got it done. And I'm glad to be back with the team now and rolling on the northern trip.
Well, you've gotten to see about 20 minutes worth of the new guys in Jensen Geldart, Uri Rauja. What have you liked from them so far, and how exciting is it to see these guys in action and maybe a little bit earlier than you anticipated here in Saginaw?
Yeah, anytime you put fresh players in the lineup, they're excited. They're going on adrenaline. A guy like Rauja, we drafted in the summer. We didn't think we'd get him till next year and got the call to bring him over now, and excited about him. But I think everybody has to remember he got off the plane yesterday and landed at 4 o'clock in Toronto. Up here, he's texted me at 7 a.m. this morning, so he's on a different time change than the rest of the guys in the team. He's not sleeping like they are yet, and it's a lot. New system, new players, new country, but thought he had a good first period. He settled in well, Geldart's a guy that we really liked in the draft last year. We ended up getting him in the 4th, which we were surprised by, and he's had a great year in Chatham, and very, very smart hockey player, two-way, really takes care of his own end, and I thought he showed really well in the first period of action for him tonight. And the other thing you do is you want players, if you can get size that can play, Rouge is 6'2", Geldart 6'1", they're both going to fill it. When you can get a little size to your lineup, and not just size for the sake of size, but size that can play, you're definitely going to be intrigued by that. So great first period, but long way to go.
And for yourself, coming back here to kind of where the OHL career started for yourself, 9 years with the Colts organization, analyst, video coach, assistant general manager, you work your way up. How good is it to come back in any normal circumstances? And it's been a special year for you. I know, a new dad. How cool is it to bring your son back to this building where the OHL career all started for you?
Yeah, very cool. You know, my family's from here, just north of here. I grew up here. A lot of family and friends are here tonight to watch the game. They always support me really well when we come here once a year. But when you walk into the building, a lot of memories come back. I owe a lot to Barrie. They gave me my start. I wouldn't be a GM in Saginaw if they didn't give me that start. But to have my son here tonight with my wife, it is a full circle moment, and pretty wild that I was looking down on this ice in this press box before I had a wife or son, and now everybody's here watching the game and cheering on Saginaw. So pretty cool moment.
Appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us. Congrats again on the gold medal, and good luck to the team the next 2 periods.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Spirit GM Dave Drinko. It's 1-0 Saginaw on a goal from Jacob Kluche. We'll take a break. Out of town scoreboard is next here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Unwind on a fall color tour, or simply wander a while on scenic trails. Handpick ripe apples and pumpkins, savor warm donuts and fresh-pressed cider, and slip into the coziness of harvest season. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How did we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life, where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
Hi, this is Sebastian Gervais, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Welcome back in to the Storm Master Exterior Studio for the Intermission Report. Time to hear some out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Looking around to the 3 games happening across the league, the Erie Otters at the North Bay Battalion in their first intermission tied at 1-1, a power play goal by Jax Pereira and a shorthanded goal by Gabriel Frasca has that game tied. So the special teams doing a lot in those games. Looking at the Sarnia Sting at the Peterborough Petes, again, a matchup that has a lot of implications for Saginaw and Barrie in the standings. Well, the Petes, who are currently tied with Barrie in the Eastern Conference, they lead 1-0 thanks to a goal from Colin Fitzgerald. Lastly, the Sioux Greyhounds at the Windsor Spitfires. The Spitfires up 2-1. Ethan Belchez and AJ Spellacy with goals for the Spitfires. Travis Hayes with the lone goal for the Sioux, getting his team on the board. 2 assists also for Carson Woodall in that game. That's all for these out-of-town scores. It was great to hear just previously from Dylan and GM Dave Drinkle. A lot to look forward to as we head into the second period of this game. A lot of action and more coming your way with Dylan back in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. You're listening to Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Active pass on first down, tries to take off and run. Timothy Alonso buries him back at the 23-yard line. Here he goes. Mason McKenzie, the 20, the 10. He will take it all the way. Touchdown, Saginaw Valley.
Hi, this is JJ Bain. Join us this Saturday as SVSU travels to the Upper Peninsula to take on Michigan Tech in the regular season finale. Game day coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. Join us on WSGW 100.5 FM or online at WSGW.com.
Looking to stay in touch with your community? Check out Great Lakes Bay Connections, a collection of shows and podcasts bringing you local voices, telling local stories from local people. Great Lakes Bay Connections features Hey, Great Lakes Bay, Generating Gratitude. That's what she said. United Shades of Gray, Mi Gente on Air, and more. Listen weekends on WSGW, anytime on your favorite podcasting app or at WSGW.com.
The Ramsey Show.
3 years I have been paying for my parents' mortgage and home equity, $3,000 a month.
Why can't they pay their mortgage?
It was supposed to be temporary. They currently can't afford it. They want to stay in their house.
And what's the house worth?
$710.
And what do they owe on it?
$200.
They need to sell it and buy a house for $500,000 it's paid for. You are trying to make their fantasy world exist, and it's not sustainable.
The Ramsey Show, weeknights at 9 on WSGW. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Welcome back inside Sadlin Arena. 1-0 Saginaw over the Barrie Colts as we get set to start the second period. Saginaw 4-5 this year when scoring the first goal. 2-8 when they surrender it, so the odds a little bit more in their favor. Got a little joust off the opening faceoff for the second. Joe Salandra and Nikita Klepov, a little exchange of cross checks. Now that everybody's ribs say Bauer, we're ready to start the second period. And Klepov trying to burst into the offensive zone. Doesn't have the puck, though. He's in hot pursuit of Barrie's Justin Hanser. Puck does escape back into the neutral zone. This is Cole Beaudoin of the Colts down the right side. Back into the corner against Igor Barabanov. Beaudoin up at the right point. Pass more. Long shot goes well wide on the glove hand side of Stepan Shurigan. Beaudoin on this back at center. Played off the penalty box doors and waved back in by Justin Hanser. It goes off a skate. This will be picked up by Barabanov on the outlet from Levi Harper. Evan Passmore back to get it in the Colts end. Dima Zhilkin all over him. As the assist on the lone goal here in this game. Barabanov now tries to turn that between the Barrie faceoff. Dots Colts will steal. Baudouin trying to feed Emil Hemming into the corner. Gets taken down. Goes awkwardly into the wall. A little bit of a poke for Levi Harper with the stick there. Bodie Stewart wraps up with Barabanov high in the zone. Brad Gardner on this, and a cross-corner dump in will bring up a line change for the Colts. 1 minute gone in the second period. A little trouble on this bouncing puck in the neutral zone. It is finally reeled in by Saginaw's Kluche, trying to move wide and into the corner. Teague Vader's on him. Kluche spun around. Crombie on it there. The former Bulldog is out to the left wing side, trying to get past Blake Barnes. Got to be careful not to take another penalty here. They all crash together in the corner. The puck comes up the near side wall. Uri Rauja sees this puck come out now to Jacob Kluche. Towards the neutral zone. Missing on the cross-ice pass. Crombie tried to take a piece out of Kluche. Missed on the hit. Now Rauja trying to feed Gervais in the left circle. Pass does not connect. Gervais up the boards. Glavin, left point. Spins it to Blake Barnes. A shot into traffic. Goes off a Barrie leg. Barnes has it again. Just inside the line. Good cross-ice pass. Gets through the defenseman Stewart. Or the defending forward Stewart. Rauja's shot just kicked down at the last second by Hrebic. Nearly 2 minutes gone here in the second period. 1-0 still in the goal from Kluche. Puck flipped over his head. Bouncing puck picked up by Crombie down to the goal line. Circles around in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. The puck goes off a skate. Now taken by Barrie's Brad Gardner. And up at the right point, it goes out. Past its intended target, Noah Barton. He's back into the Colts end and throws that one off the kick plate. Out to Alex Asadorian. He just had to drag it there. He inadvertently brought it back out over the blue line, so it would have been offside. Puck up the right wing board. Sema. Met by Ethan Armstrong. On it now, William Schneid. Pass to the near side, Barton. Pocket picked by Saginaw's Carson Harmer. They got numbers coming back. Geldart looking right in the slot there. And a diving block. Rebound chance. Great save by Hrebic. Ollie robbed Jensen Geldart from the left wing circle. Alex Asadorian and Carson Harmer lock up now. 2.5 gone here in the second period. 1-0 Saginaw. Carson Harmer tries to find Geldart in front. This one lays down for James Goen. He pumps it back underneath from the right point. Braden Jones takes the hit from Schneid. Jensen Geldart, pocket picked by Alex Asadorian. Colts get moving north. This is taken now by Saginaw's James Go. He's got Nicholas Desiderio on him. Back in behind the net now of Stepan Shurigan. Puck loose in the trapezoid. Three Spirit players against the pair of Colts down below the goal line. Nobody can really move it here. James Go trying to pin his man into the boards, and it comes free now for Jensen Geldart. Gets the flip out of the zone. Carson Harmer, cross ice. He's got a touch up. Jones is offside. He hasn't touched the puck yet, though. Now he will. And that'll bring the play to a halt. 16:33 left in the second period. A couple of good scoring opportunities for Saginaw on the middle frame so far. Jensen Geldart, aside from the Kluche shot that found the back of the net, their best scoring chance here in the game. That didn't result in one. A great save made by Ben Hrebic. Geldart nearly fed Sebastian Gervais earlier on that shift, or Uri Rauja nearly fed Sebastian Gervais on an earlier shift. So the new sticks in the lineup for the Spirit are active so far. Thanks again to Spirit GM Dave Drinkle for joining us during the first intermission to talk about two of the newer faces. Igor Barabanov into the offensive zone. Cole Baudouin on this puck. Dima Zhilkin in pursuit. Salandra picks it up here for the Colts and backhands it out towards center. This will be picked up by Hanser. Now Passmore following on. Right circle shot off the outside of the cage. Puck picked up by Saginaw's Barabanov. He takes a check. Move the Klepov. Now into the offensive zone. Zhilkin head fake trying to get inside on Hanser. Takes it to the net. Lost the puck. And a delayed penalty's coming. Hanser got the hands around Zhilkin. Now this one chopped towards the net by Valeris. Shurigan's at the bench. Extra attackers on. Harper shoots one high into the glass. Zhilkin gets to it first, but it is poked by Joe Salandra. And he has brought up a holding penalty here with 15:52 to go in the second period. And Saginaw to the IBEW Local 557 power play for the second time in this game. Holding the call. Gervais, Zhilkin, Barabanov up front on the power play. Harper and Nikita Klepov at the points. Not much change here on this Spirit power play unit. Brad Gardner to take the face-off here for the Colt penalty killers. Teague Vader, Cole Emerton, and Carter Lowe join them out there, and the Spirit win the draw. Harper for Klepov, right wing circle. Button hooks back, goes into the dot, looking back up for Bar. Go, he thought Harper was there, and it's all the way back into the Spirit end. A little miscommunication there on the Spirit power play. Again, 16 for 83 at this point in the year. Barabanov for Zhilkin. Then it's Klepov wanting to find Zhilkin again. Two Colts are on him. Now back in behind the net. This is Lowe shooting it up and out off the boards. Down the ice where it's Stepan Shurigan's to set up again. Fresh penalty killers for the Colts. Harper, stretch pass. It's Klepov at the line. Armstrong quickly comes over to him. Klepov does what he can to hold him off the puck, trying to put it back in front. This is Gervais. Up to the point. Harper. Near side. Barabanov. Left circle. Waits and shoots. That one fought off by Horebic. At the point, they keep the puck alive. Through the skates of Harper. Near side. Dimas Zhilkin. In the circle. Point Harper. Right side shot. The one-timer by Klepov is blocked. Gets it back. Cross ice off the boards. Dimas Zhilkin. 53 to go in the Spirit power play. Back in front. The one-time chance. Barabanov denied on the doorstep. And the rebound chance shut down as well. He's got the goaltender on top of him. There's Barabanov. And the Colts clear. Levi Harper from back and behind Stepan Shurigan. 35 on the Spirit power play. They're second of the game, up 1-0. 14:20 to go here in the second period. Emerton picks it up back and behind the Colts net. Jacob Kluche tries to throw a check. Barry's on it. Intercepted, though, by Harmer, and he fanned on the one-time chance. As the goaltender, Horebic, hangs on. That one might haunt Carson Harmer for a little bit. The Colts gave it to him on a tee. Now, he was skating backwards, his momentum carrying him back up towards the blue line. Tried to step in and one-time that shot. Fanned on it. Actually thought his stick broke for a second. But it's in one piece, and he'll use it here on the final 21 seconds of the power play. Barrie goaltender Ben Horebic makes a couple of equipment adjustments. He's ready to go on this faceoff. And the Colts win it. Emerton clears. That'll just about do it here on this Spirit man advantage. Colts will get Salander out of the box here in a minute. Well, 10 seconds. Carson Harmer back up through center. One last gasp on the power play. Spirit have the zone. James Go for Kluche. Spun around. Handcuffed. Bodwin on him. Sema can't lift the stick, and the Colts clear. This is taken by Hanser out of the box. Pad save. Two great stops by Shurigan, and he reaches out to knock the rebound away from Bodwin. Two stops and a great heads-up play from the Spirit netminder. Keeps it a 1-0 game. Bodwin in pursuit of James Go. Puck comes back around. Kluche comes up off the far wall. The pass intended for Carson Harmer. He gets handcuffed there by Ethan Armstrong. And so the puck taken by Teague Vader back in the Barrie end. Acidorian. Lots of room to roll. Back up through center. 13-16 to go. 1-0 here for Saginaw in the second period. Back in behind the Saginaw goal. Taken by Blake Barnes. Two Colts to him. William Schneid up at the left point now. Moves the puck. Point drive into the glove and held by Stepan Shurigan. Long-range chance absorbed and held. Off the stick of Teague Vader. 13:01 to go. Second period. Saginaw's goaltender into the game for sure. It's 1-0 Spear. We're back after this on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Welcome back inside Sadlin Arena. 1-0 lead for the Saginaw Spirit here. 13:01 to go in the second period. The Colts out shooting the Spirit 18-13. Stepan Shurigan, the difference maker in this second period. Two saves and a big scramble, and then he's able to reach out with the stick and knock the puck away from Cole Baudouin. Now, the puck playing of Stepan Shurigan may have given Spirit fans a little bit of pause earlier in the season. You may remember he came out to play a puck, and it just kind of danced parallel to the goal line for a minute in the home opener against the Flint Firebirds, and that one goes off the goalpost in behind Shurigan. Moral of the story is the puck playing has improved dramatically, and it's a big part of the reason why it's still a 1-0 game. That and the goalpost from a couple of minutes ago. That one picked up here by Jensen Geldart up through center. Gets a rough ride from Barton on the near side boards. Justin Hanser up the wall. Hayden Barton steps up on a big-time hit, and the Spirit are on this puck at center. No shortage of big collisions in this game. We've not seen Miroslav Shatan take a shift since earlier in the first. As this puck comes down for an icing. Oh, they waved it off. Josh Glavin was in well ahead of William Schneid. They must not have liked the path he took to it. Maybe a bit of a curve there. So the Colts get the benefit of the doubt, and they've got this puck in the offensive end. Emerton's shot blocked by Rauja as he pursues this puck out at center. Colts go D to D and fire it back in, and there is Shurigan going to knock that puck down back in behind the net. That allows Glavin to play it, though, off the skate of the official. Josh Glavin on this in the near corner. Locks up with Bodie Stewart. Puck taken by Crombie. He's hit by Glavin. Gardner's on this puck for the Colts. Centering pass. Good active stick there by Josh Glavin to cut that thing off. And it'll hop over the stick of Teague Vader on its way back up to the left point. Vader's back to get it at his own goal line. 11:40 to go in the second period. 1-0 Spirit. Step on Shurigan out of his net to knock that puck down for Xander Valeris. Klepov pass is intercepted. This is Gardner. On the right wing boards, he moves it back now. Emerton looking from the corner. Crombie closed off Emerton there by Saginaw's Valeris. Levi Harper. Big time collision again as Passmore runs right through Jensen Geldart. Geldart pops back up. Klepov's on this puck. Levi Harper leading the rush. Snaps his shot wide on the blocker side of Herebeck. And now we've got a stoppage. And the Spirit are guilty of too many men on the ice. A bad change. Not sure what happened. Geldart didn't get off in time. 11:06 to go in the second. A couple of good opportunities. And Geldart is going to sit down. He'll serve the minor. Maybe a little bit of confusion. I'm not sure exactly who was responsible for the too many men on the ice penalty. Who hopped early, who didn't get off in time. But Geldart's going to serve it. Saginaw's second Stormaster Exteriors penalty kill here in this game, and they clear the zone. Again, fourth best power play in the OHL. The Barrie Colts just shy of 29% coming into this game. Emil Hemming. Quick pass back and forth with Beaudoin. It's intercepted and cleared by Saginaw's Glavin. Dropped off by the goaltender Herebeck for Emerton. Gervais. Quick poke with the stick. This is Hemming now. Back up through center. Into the offensive zone. Hemming trying to drive through. He's going to snap that one high and wide. This one goes all the way back up at the left point. Gardner into the corner again. Beaudoin trying to get himself free. Back up. It'll be intercepted by Saginaw's Gervais. Back out to center. Halfway through the power play. Cole Emerton on this puck here for the Colts. Waiting away from Carson Harmer. Hemming picks it up. 13 points in 6 games to start the season here. It's been a short one so far as Hemming's back from an AHL stint. Salandra back up for Emerton at the center point. Back over to Emil Hemming. Down to the goal line. Puck comes back up in front. He was looking there to be intended for Salandra. Back over to Hemming. 30 seconds left on the power play. Back in front, Salandra. Good puck movement. A good shot blocked by Josh Glavin. Back at the center point it comes. Near side, Beaudoin. Walking towards the middle. Then back to the boards. Uses the body to shield the puck from Jacob Kluche. Now Beaudoin is in the corner. Pass up high, looking for Hemming. Going to escape off his stick and out to center. Teague Vader for Hanser. Fresh bodies come on here for the Colts. Hanser down the right side. Gets spun around by Jacob Kluche. Throws that one from an awkward angle. Kicks back around. Penalty time expires. Out of the box is Jensen Geldart. Schneid back in behind the Spirit net. James Go there to him. Schneid tries to move it up the wall. Asadorian gets it up and around, and it cannot be held in by Justin Hanser. So he's got it back in the Barrie end. Both teams unsuccessful. 0 for 2 on the power play here in this game. It stays a 1-0 Spirit lead. 8:41 to go in this first frame. in the second period, rather. Played already half the hockey game. Teague Vader just now getting to the red line for the Barrie Colts and throwing it back in. It takes a Barrie bounce out of the corner. And ends up right in front of Stepan Shurgan. He's able to get the glove on top and get the face-off. And a short stint for Emil Hemming here in the Ontario Hockey League. Again, one of the import players out of Finland. And as a result, he's allowed to see some time in the American Hockey League, even though he is 19 years of age and not 20. Stars wasted no time in signing Hemming. 5 games with the Texas Stars. No points, but productive start here. Again, 13 points in 6 games with the Colts. But here come the Spirit out of a D-zone face-off. Klepov, Barabanov, right circle again. 8:15 to go in the second. Puck picked up by Gardner on the intercept. Crombie throws it down the left side. Gardner pursued by Hayden Barch. 2 Colts to him. Klepov throws one of the Colts into the boards. Jones was on top of him. Whichever Colt it is, just now popping back up. It's Crombie. Klepov down the left side at the hash marks into the offensive end. Klepov shaded by Passmore. Harper's going to get drilled from behind by Crombie. Harper's got it again. Sema down low, takes an awkward bump. Barabanov up high. This is Harper. Head fake at the top of the zone. Near side, Xander Valeris sweeps it on through. He was looking there for the one-time opportunity from Klepov. Did that catch the official up high? Yeah, it did. Boy, that was coming through fast. Derek Risebrough. It came off the glass, and I think it hit him in the back of the head. He's checking right now to make sure he's all in one piece. Valeris tried to send that one on through. It tipped off the stick of Nikita Klepov. And now it actually may have hit the referee, Derek Risebrough, up under the visor. So he's going to get some attention right now from the Barrie medical staff. That is not one you see very often. And there were so many bodies in the way that he had no chance on that. And Risebrough's going to stay in the hockey game. He'll make sure he's all good. He's in one piece. He's all right. But, yeah, that was pretty much a straight line on the pass on through from Xander Valeris to Nikita Klepov. So an offensive zone face-off here for the Spirit. Everybody's all in one piece. Nick Sema will take the draw with Barabanov and Klepov. Sema taking more and more face-offs as time goes on. And he's won this one. Barabanov off the boards. Into the circle. Gets it on through. Looking there for Sema. Just able to chop it towards the net. Gets it back. Can't hang on to possession, though. And Harper's got to chase this down in the neutral zone. Gets drilled there by Hemming. Harper didn't see him. That's twice on the last 2 shifts that Harper's been tagged. He's going to get back in and maybe look for a little revenge against Joe Salandra. Puck moves back into the Spirit, and Barabanov all the way back to it. Out of his own end, Barabanov leads things in down the left side, still with the puck back on through. Looking for Sema, goes off a body, and a save had to be made by Harebic. Little friendly fire there as it came off a Colt. Back at center, James Go. Pass on to the near side. This is Klepov. Having to wait for Sema to touch up, and the Spirit are offside. 6:41 left in the second period, and still a 1-0 game. Thanks to the goal all the way back in the first period. Jacob Kluche, 8:49 of period 1. Your Herman Hisson Company time of the goal. So it's been a little while since we've seen a puck hit the back of the net. Rauja out with Gervais and Brody Popoy. So the Spirit effectively down to 10 forwards now with the injury to Miroslav Shatan. Colts working out of their defensive zone right now. This is Barton off the skate of Juraj Rauja. Out of Zvolen, Slovakia. Shatan's been his translator here in the last 24 hours or less since the Spirit met their latest import player. Brody Popoy looking to find Rauja. Popoy gets planted by Newton. Emerton against Rauja back in behind the Colts net. Backhands this one up the wall. Josh Glavin locking up there with Jonah McCormick. And the puck is pinned up against the skate. The Colts do pull that one out. And they throw it down towards Stepan Shurigan. 5:55 here in the second. Puck off the skate of Brody Papoy. An easy save for Ben Horebic, and he will hang on to this one. That'll bring up a face-off. 5:51 here in the second period. It brings up a break as well. 1-0 in the goal from Jacob Kluche. We're back to Sadlin Arena here in a minute on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back inside Sadlin Arena. 5:51 here in the second period. 1-0 Spirit on the goal from Jacob Kluche. And an offensive zone face-off here for the Saginaw Spirit. Carson Harmer and Kluche out with Dimas Jokin. Face-off in the left wing circle. Harmer had a pretty good opportunity earlier in this game. We'll see if he gets back with any more here as time continues. Gardner gets this out of the defensive zone here for the Colts. Crombie to the offensive end. A little shoulder there from James Go, and no more puck for him. Go up the far boards. Jammed up, moved into the offensive end. Jilkin prepares for contact. He's going to get the late bump, I believe, from Jonah McCormick. Ethan Armstrong. Now this puck back in behind the Colts net. Carson Harmer comes over to throw his body weight around a little bit. Puck comes out of the corner. Picked up by Armstrong. Colts go D to D. Vader up the near side. Still a 1-0 game. That's a big-time hit. Bodie Stewart's going to dump one of the Spirit players into the bench. Dimas Jilkin now has this in the offensive zone. It was Jones who was in the bench. He joins the plate down the left side, puts it in front, and a chance goes out the other side. James Go drops it off up high. Jilkin, lots of room, right wing. Curlin drags, shot goes off a leg, and it's cleared out. Dimas Jilkin, grade A chance there. Armstrong hurting now as he gets back to the bench after blocking that shot from Jilkin. Spirit out of the D zone, 4.5 to go. It stays a 1-0 game. James Go, back behind his goaltender. Puck hits something on its way up the boards. Stays in the zone. Passmore shot hit to the last second. Up and into the glass behind Stepan Shurigan. This is Nikita Klepov here. Cross-ice pass. Brilliant way to find Levi Harper. Little free puck deke there to try and get around William Schneid. No more puck there. And now maybe a break. It's poked towards the net, and the save is made by Shurigan as Asadorian had one hand on that stick, just trying to flip it towards the Spirit netminder. 4:04 left in the second period. Big-time collision as Bodie Stewart came over to put all of his mass into Graydon Jones, ends up into the Colts bench, rather, and he can't really fault Stewart. The legs were up in the air. You give him an extra little push back in. I don't know if the Colts were exactly helpful in getting Jones back up into the play, but he almost scored, or almost generated a scoring chance after it. Nick Sema in on this face-off against Baudouin. Defensive zone here for Saginaw. Spirit win the face-off back. Josh Glavin now to Barabanov. Into the offensive end down the left side. Tries to shake past Passmore. He gets knocked down, and boy, Barabanov just got tagged by a stick from Baudouin, and he is hurting right now. Play comes back the other direction, and it will be down for an icing. And Barabanov is pleading his case right now. He was down on the ice. Baudouin was poking after the puck, maybe trying for a stick lift, and Barabanov caught that right on the beak. I don't know if he's leaking or not. Yeah, he is. There is a little bit of blood down on the ice, so Barabanov will try to shake that one off. He's going to line up in the shooting position behind Nick Sema now, left face-off circle with 3:45 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Spirit. Face-off one instead by Cole Beaudoin. Might have a couple of red dots on that white stick tape. Outlet pass from Barrie. Into the offensive zone, it'll roll. Salandra can't get there before James Go, but it's a good stick work. Makes it a 50-50 puck battle. Now 2 bodies aside, they jam that puck up the wall. Nick Sema takes a shoulder. Moved by Klepov off the wall. Can it be reeled in here by Barabanov? No, it's too far. And they'll rule that it goes down for an icing, and Barabanov closes off the hit on Teague Vader. He doesn't appreciate the motion. 3:19 here in the second as everybody's separated. Klepov right now is locked up with Salandra. And Barabanov's taking a penalty. 3:19 left in the second period. A roughing call to Igor Barabanov. Unless there was something else behind that play, just the one bump. That is a little bit more on the surprising side. He came back in. It was a very soft bump from Barabanov after the icing was called. It's a roughing penalty to Igor Barabanov. Colts in their third power play of the game. Down 1-0, 3:10 left in the second period. Asadorian, center point Vader. Left wing circle, back to Vader. Back and forth with Crombie. Knocked towards the net. It goes off the skate of Josh Glavin. Another strange bounce off that corner kick plate. That's been throwing pucks back in towards the middle of the ice all night long. A point shot blocked by Dima Zhilkin. Maybe a one-on-one chance shorthanded. Zhilkin knows there's not much gas left in the tank. He flips it back in. Gervais gets to it first. And 2 Colts get to Gervais. Wins the puck battle out of the corner. Kluche's shot goes wide on the blocker side of Ben Hrebeck. Makes its way down the ice. James Go to Xander Valeris. Clears the puck. It'll turn all the way down. And come to rest back in behind the net of Ben Hrebeck. Good work by Kluche to force the issue. He was in quickly on the forecheck here. Still 56 seconds left on the roughing penalty to Barabanov. Carson Harmer clears that one. Oh, that been into the Barrie bench. Nearly tagged one of the training staff. I mean, he didn't have time to turn and look at where he was going to fire that puck. Just wanted to get it down the ice. 2:10 left in the second. 51 seconds left on this penalty to Igor Barabanov. 1-0 it stays. If the Spirit can get on through into the intermission with a similar score, it would be a big boost going into the third. Emerton now for Salandra. Down to the goal line. Spun in front. That one off the paddle of Stepan Shurigan. Now shorthanded. Kluche up now for Carson Harmer. They get to the line and shovel it back in deep. There goes Kluche again. In on the forecheck. Tried the stick lift on Salandra. Can't do it. He'll drop it off for Cole Emerton. Kluche has found an extra gear here in this hockey game tonight. Hayden Barch goes flying after Cole Beaudoin. Taps the brakes. Looking to go backdoor for Salandra. Pops off the corner board, 17 on the power play. Emerton over. One-time chance is fanned on by Emil Hemming. Beaudoin for Salandra. Up for Emerton, center point. Hemming, one-timer, partially blocked, and the right pad of Shurigan does the rest of the job. Emerton again, center point. One more chance, and a blocker save by Stepan Shurigan and goes way up into the air. Comes to rest. The Colts keep it alive. The Spirit have killed off the penalty. Down into the corner. Worked on by Hayden Barch is Cole Beaudoin. The Barrie captain up to the point. Kept in by Passmore. They'll rule it offside. And the shot pushed wide on the stick side of Stepan Shurigan. It was close. 1:04 left in the second period. As Passmore's got a couple more words for Hayden Barch. Big time save by Stepan Shurigan. And that shot that came off the blocker went well up into the air. And again, when Stepan Shurigan's new goaltending equipment arrived at the beginning of last month, he and Caleb Papineau were on with Spirit goaltending coach Kevin Delamarter, and the two of them just looked at each other every time that Shurigan made a blocker save as this puck's down for an icing down to our left. So the faceoff will come back in the Saginaw zone. Shurigan and Papineau kept looking at each other in disbelief at just how fast and hard and high the pucks were coming off of Shurigan's blocker. They were retaining almost all of their energy as he makes saves on Spirit goaltending coach Kevin Delamarter. The pucks were going Some of them into the glass. Some of them went over the glass and out of play. Bodie Stewart, an offensive zone face-off. And there's a stick save made by Stepan Shurigan. Rebounds come pretty hot off the stick as well. 50 seconds left in the middle period. 1-0 on the Jacob Kluche goal. What can we see here in the last moments of the second? Klepov's in trouble. They scored. Brad Gardner and Bodie Stewart hopped all over Nikita Klepov. 40.9 to go in the second period. The Colts tie the game at 1. Well, it was a simple numbers game. Bodie Stewart with his second goal of the season against his former club. The Colts recognized Klepov back in the defensive zone. They sent numbers to him. Brad Gardner was all over him. And Stewart goes against the grain. Skate left, shoot right. Pass the glove hand to Shurigan to tie the game. So back off the neutralized face-off. This one thrown off the far wall. Harper ramped up by Dima Zhilkin. The Colts have this one. It's intercepted now by Saginaw Sebastian Gervais. Up from center red. He tries to push it back in. Colts on the intercept again. 20 seconds left in the period now. It's a tie game. Gardner hits Harper. Puck is picked up by Glavin. Rauja finds Zhilkin. 10 seconds left. One man against two. The shot partially blocked. Goes back and behind the net with 7 to go. Uri Rauja out of the corner. Gets held up. Puck up high. Harper's got to get a shot off. He fanned on it. Rauja's got it. He'll let that one go. Off of Stewart. Zhilkin locking up at the end of the period with Justin Hanser. And that's it for the second. Kluche in the first. Bodie Stewart in the second. 1 goal aside as we head into the third period tied. Barrie, the 24-17 shot advantage. Not a lot of scoring, but a lot of fun here in this hockey game. It's a tie game going into the third period. We're back after this. Your second intermission report here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates, retirement made clear.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
It's time for your intermission report, brought to you by Raymond.
Welcome back into the Stormmaster Exteriors studio for the second intermission report, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. Well, it's just like Dylan said at the end of that period. Maybe not a high-scoring game, but there was definitely a lot of action in this period. It was all about the netminders. The Spirit came out hot with some high-quality chances early against Ben Hrebeck, but he was making save after save to keep the Spirit off the board.
On it now, William Schneid. Pass to the near side, Barton. Pocket picked by Saginaw's Carson Harmon. They got numbers coming back. Geldart looking right in the slot there. And a diving block. Rebound chance. Great save by Horebic. Oh, he robbed Jensen Geldart from the left wing circle.
Just after that opportunity for Geldart, Spirit went on a power play. Horebic able to stay strong and continue to keep the Spirit off the board. And on the other end of the ice, Stepan Shurgin, save after save, making huge stops for his team. Here's one of him on Bowden.
This is taken by Hanser out of the box. Pat save. Two great stops by Shurgin. And he reaches out to knock the rebound away from Bodwin.
Both teams still remaining perfect on the penalty kill as each team got an opportunity on the power play, but was not able to capitalize. The Spirit still able to find some high-quality chances. One of the best ones, Jones, was hit into the bench and then helped generate a high-quality chance for Dima Zhilkin.
Still a 1-0 game. That's a big-time hit. Bodie Stewart's going to dump one of the Spirit players into the bench. Dima Zhilkin now has this in the offensive zone. It was Jones who was in the bench. He joins the play down the left side, puts it in front, and a chance goes out the other side.
The Colts had been fighting throughout the entire second frame, and with under a minute, they would find their response as Brad Gardner and Bodie Stewart pressured Klepoff, got a breakaway opportunity, and Stewart would get the Colts on the board, scoring against his former team.
What can we see here in the last moments of the second? Klepoff's in trouble. They scored. Brad Gardner and Bodie Stewart hopped all over Nikita Klepoff. 40.9 to go in the second period. The Colts tie the game at 1.
That brings us to where we stand here in the second intermission. Saginaw and Barrie at 1-1. 20 minutes left to play after this. Fairly even game as both teams have seen high-quality chances, and both goaltenders are going to be big to watch when we come back. We will be talking with Dylan Clark in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Taffel to create your personal price plan today.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Hi, this is Dima Zhilkin, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Welcome back into the Stormmaster Exteriors studio for the second intermission report, brought to you by Raymond, Empower Your Purpose. And we are joined in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth by Dylan Clark. And Dylan, it's a lot like you said at the end of that second period. It might be a 1-1 game, but we've seen a lot of action. There's a lot of storylines around this game, but I think we should start with the two new faces for the Spirit, Jensen Geldart and Rauja. What have you seen from them so far? Been a lot of talk, really first time seeing them on the ice gelling with their new teammates.
Yeah, it's been really good to see. I mean, that's always, I think you're going to, most of the time, you'll get a boost from new guys coming into the lineup. They're excited. They got extra jump. They got that nervous energy. The other players around them are excited. They say, okay, well, what do these new guys have? And I think it's been a really strong start. The speed of Jensen Geldart really is apparent earlier on. He's a little bit bigger than, at least from a personal standpoint, he's a little bit bigger than I remembered him being from training camp earlier this year. Again, he's 6'1". He's just turned 17. I'm getting him and Rouser mixed up on the birthday side of things. He is still 16, but the speed is probably what jumps off the page the most about Jensen Geldart. He's had that one really good shot, that one really good scoring chance earlier in the game, and it wouldn't have come that way if he didn't have the extra wheels. And on the Uri Rouser side of things, Chris Lasry mentioned his shot. He's got 3 shots on goal in this game so far. They've not been super high danger chances, but he's made and tried to make a couple of passes. I think the vision is there as well. You can tell that Rouser sees the game at a high level. You can tell he's somebody that's been playing a couple of years up, playing in the U20 division in Slovakia, playing, again, those 6 games at the pro level. Now, he didn't score. He didn't have any assists in those 6 games, and with the limited stats available to us, it's probably safe to assume that, he wasn't playing 19, 20 minutes a night as a 16-year-old in the top Slovakian pro league. But he did play those 6 games, so he's gotten valuable experience from that. And from that experience, he's able to see the ice here pretty well on the upper echelon of things as far as OHL players goes.
And you always love to see that, have 2 new guys coming in and immediately making an impact, even if they're not on the score sheet yet, seeing them get out there, make shots, have an impact on the game early. That's what you like when you see those new faces. But speaking of faces that Spirit fans are very familiar of, Stepan Shurgin having quite the night, let in that last goal, not entirely on him, a tough situation, but has made save after save. Both goaltenders have looked really strong. This one, I think, are going to be a big factor going into the third.
This entire third period could come down to goaltending, Marin. Both Stepan Shurgin and Ben Hrebeck have made some really strong saves in this game. I don't think anybody's going to hang that Barrie goal on Stepan Shurgin. Really good shot, really heavy shot from Bodie Stewart, the former Spirit second rounder. And again, it comes after kind of that curious turn back into the D zone from Nikita Klepov. So not much that Shurgin could do there, but again, he's made the 3rd most saves in the OHL coming into this game. He's played the 2nd most minutes in the OHL coming into this game. He's busy. He's seen a lot of hockey pucks. And again, the numbers are not flattering for Stepan Shurgin. And I know that we talk about this probably at least once a game here on WSGW, but 3.92 goals against average, .881 save percentage. At the OHL level, that's not much to write home about. Those are numbers that he'd like to see improve, but he is one of, if not the only reason that the Kitchener Rangers did not run away with things last Friday night at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. And he has played some fantastic hockey. He's made some really strong saves in this game for the Spirit. So they're going to need him quite a bit here in the third period. This is a Barrie team that's got 4 NHL drafted players in the lineup right now. They would have 6 had it not been for the suspensions. This is a Colts team that's playing really good hockey right now. Again, in the middle of a 7-game point streak. They've got 6 wins in that shootout loss in the last 7 games. They're kind of at the top of the game right now, one of the better teams in the OHL in the last couple of weeks. So they're going to throw a lot at Saginaw here in the third period, and eventually it's all going to come down to whether 63 can get in front of the puck or not.
Yeah, going to be important for those goaltenders, but also for the guys just skating around the ice. You mentioned Klepov, that mistake kind of turning back in the D zone, leading to that goal. But other than that, we've seen some pretty smart hockey plays, really good plays from the Spirit so far. What do you think is going to be the biggest key for them going into this third and final period?
I think it's just a maintaining factor. Like they have played really good, really smart, really calm hockey to this point. And again, with some very limited exceptions. And again, not to harp on Klepov too much. Like there's a lot of other things that went into that goal. But the point of that being, any mistake they make here in this third period, it's probably going to be capitalized on. You've got, their leading scorer, Brad Gardner, at least in the game right now, with Kayshawn Aitchison out. He's got 13 goals in 20 games. They've got a signed first-round NHL pick. They got 2 signed first-round NHL picks in Emil Hemming and Cole Baudouin, who I think in Baudouin's case has probably been the best player on the ice in this hockey game. So there's a lot that's going to be in play here for the Barrie Colts. We saw it perfectly at the end of that period. One mistake, puck ends up in the back of your net. They can't afford to make any more mistakes in this third period.
Well, Dylan, sure to be a lot of action, whether it's from the guys on the ice or the goaltenders here in the third. We'll let you get back to it, and we'll hear you shortly on the call. Thanks for joining us. When we come back, we'll hear some out-of-town scores. You're listening to the home of Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. And every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Welcome back into the Storm Master Exterior Studio. Time for the out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Well, the Spirit and the Colts are at a 1-1 game. There has been a lot of action in the other three games happening around the league, starting off with the Erie Otters at the North Bay Battalion. Tied going into the second. 2 goals from North Bay, 1 for Erie, putting them at 3-2. Ryder Carey with a goal for North Bay. Michael Deck answering right back. The North Bay pulling ahead with a goal from Nolan Laird. Next, looking at the Sarnia Sting and the Peterborough Petes. A lot of back and forth, and again, a matchup with a lot of implications in the standings for both Saginaw and Barrie. Colin Fitzgerald scored his second of the night on a power play goal for Peterborough, but the Sting would answer back. 3 unanswered goals from Easton Wallows, Mitch Young, and Alessandro Diorio would put the Sting in front, but just 40 seconds apart. Leon Kolarik with a power play goal and Brody Partridge would put the Petes up 4-3 heading into the final frame. And looking over lastly at the Sioux Greyhounds at the Windsor Spitfires, Ethan Belch has his second goal of the night for the insurance goal, keeping that game at 3-1 with Windsor in the lead. That's all we have for the out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Now we're going to get you back to all the action in Barrie with Dylan. You're listening to Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WGSW.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Back inside Sadlin Arena, a 1-1 game heading into the third period. The Spirit and the Barrie Colts, one of just two meetings between these two clubs. Saginaw looking to improve their record here inside Sadlin Arena. 4-13, 3-1. Again, an overtime loss last time they were here in late February last season. Saginaw entering this third period tied. It has not happened particularly often. Saginaw, to this point in the season, they've done it 4 times, now 5. 1-0-3-0, just one win when they've entered the third period tied, and this third period is underway. And a nice grab by Caleb Papineau, the backup goaltender tonight, getting the glove a little bit active as that goes up and onto the Spirit bench. We expect to see Caleb Papineau at some point in this road trip. Now, maybe it will be Saturday in Sudbury, maybe it will be Sunday in North Bay, a chance for a little redemption. And again, that's the closest that Caleb Papineau gets to home, the Cochrane, Ontario native. Levi Harper up from center right now. The Spirit trying to make the most out of a really strong performance from Stepan Shurigan so far in this game. 23 saves on 24 shots. Colts are into the offensive end. Salandra just going to put this one back down. 30 seconds gone in the third period, a 1-1 game between Saginaw and Barrie, as Klepov's going to wave this puck back in. Around behind the Colts net it goes. Uri Rauja, first man to it. Rauja playing with Barabanov and Klepov here. This puck just inside the line. It'll be poked away by Baudouin. He gets the lane on Valeris, and a little poke check at the last second. Sees that puck come the other way. The centering pass doesn't find a white sweater. Teague Vader down in front. Baudouin's shot goes off the outside of the goalpost. He snuck that one through traffic and past Shurigan. Igor Barabanov into the offensive end for the Spirit. Flips it out on the far boards. Colts will take over. That'll be taken and casually held back in behind the Barrie goal by Teague Vader. Up the near side he comes. Fires it back in from center red. Bodie Stewart on this puck. Spun that one off the skate of Levi Harper. Sebastian Gervais up the far boards, trying to find Dima Zhilkin. Will be brought back on now. Jacob Kluche on the right side. Kluche trying to lower the shoulder and get in on Ethan Armstrong. Can't do it as Zhilkin doubles back now from the goal line, darting back down low. Zhilkin off the boards. Glavin left point. Near side Barnes lets a shot go. Blocked by a Barrie skate. It was Gardner. Puck off the outside of the goal now down low. It's Saginaw's Josh Glavin, the defenseman down below the offensive goal line. Goaltenders are down a stick right now. Bodie Stewart's going to carry this back the other way here, though, for the Colts. Crombie, nice pass between his own legs. And a good defensive play there by Gervais. Rebound chance. Oh, what a save! Shurigan with the glove robs Bodie Stewart from point blank. A ridiculous bounce. 17:57. It comes in front off of Gervais. Inadvertently gives it to Stewart right on a platter. And it looks like Shurigan gets over and plucks it right out of the air with the glove. So the performance for Stepan Shurigan just gets better and better as time goes on. 17th appearance here this season. 20th game for the Saginaw Spirit. Carson Harmer out with Jensen Geldart and Nick Sema here for this D-zone faceoff. Again, the Spirit have been without Miroslav Shatan since the first period, so they're down to 10 forwards. Asadorian trying to throw that one up high. This will be jammed back in behind the goal of Shurigan. Asadorian in the right wing circle now. He'll turn that one on the stick of Nick Sema. Can't be batted down by Schneid inside the line. D-to-D the Colts go. Puck ramped back in by Alex Asadorian. Braden Jones hit by William Schneid as he finishes off his check. Nick Sema pokes this towards the middle. Jensen Geldart protects and swaps the puck back in. Heads up, and Geldart's going to slide into the end boards as Asadorian held onto his stick. Nick Sema comes on through. And there's a solid check to Schneid. Geldart back below the goal line. Harmer rips it up and around. It can't be held in at the offensive blue line by Saginaw's Barch, so he's back in his own end. Barch's outlet pass. Harper hit again. And icing will be called against Saginaw. 16:56 to go here in this third period. Face off to come all the way back down to our left. Saginaw's scratches tonight are Liam Storch. The healthy ones are Liam Storch and Trevor Thoyer. You got to imagine that if Shatan can't go later this weekend, that one or both of those two would draw into the lineup. And again, Saginaw without Ryan Hanrahan. It was for the U17 World Hockey Challenge. He does collect the silver medal with Team Canada White, but broke his wrist in the process. So it'll be a bit until Saginaw sees 88 back in action. Here's Levi Harper picking this puck up back and behind the net of Ben Harebic. 16:40 to go in this third period. Colts work out of the D zone. 1-1 hockey game. Jacob Kluche in the first, Bodie Stewart in the second. And icing here with 16:31 to go in the third. Again, tomorrow will be a travel day for the Saginaw Spirit. North Bay is actually going to be the home base on this particular road trip for Saginaw. They'll drive to North Bay tomorrow, set up shop, drive to Sudbury for the game on Saturday, head back to North Bay afterwards because it's a 3 o'clock puck drop on Sunday afternoon. Colts will be at home on Saturday against the Peterborough Petes, and they've got this puck into the offensive end. Emil Hemming waves this one casually back in behind the Spirit net. Blake Barnes is there. Puck turned over, though. Passmore pulls it off the wall. Bouncing puck into the circle. Colts have it. Broken stick on the play, and a shoulder save is made by Shurigan. Rauja broke his stick. Now this is back in behind the Spirit net. Colts go to work. Bodie Stewart up at the right point. Passmore lays it back down. Gardner on the kick plate. Pounded there by Blake Barnes. Barabanov gets it out and to center, but it's quickly stolen back by Stewart. Brody Papoy throws a shoulder into one of the Colts. Barabanov makes the pass. Up to Graydon Jones. Barnes will just fire it back in as Justin Hanser was waiting in front of him. Hanser's got this puck back in behind the Colts net. Puck knocked out of the air. This is Ethan Armstrong to throw it back in behind Stepan Shurigan. 15.5 to go, third period. Tie game at 1. Dima Zilkin spikes this puck up through center ice. Armstrong settles it down back and behind his goal line. Klepov there to meet him. Bodie Stewart takes him out of the equation. Levi Harper comes down from the point. Klepov for Zilkin. High. Shot intentionally wide. Goes off the corner boards. Klepov battling there. 2 against 2. The puck comes back up to the right point. James Go. Poking it down again. Looking for Nikita Klepov. Go comes down. Again, the puck just going to pop up into the air and spill back out into the neutral zone, so the Spirit would be guilty of offside. They'll touch up. And on the regroup, this is Barrie again. Armstrong. On the deflection, Nicholas Desiderio taken away by Saginaw's Gervais into the offensive zone, looking for Sema. Locked shoulders with Schneid. Now in front, Gervais. The shot gets saved by Harebic as he's able to shut down Nikita Klepov, looking to extend his scoring streak to a 7th game. This puck goes back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan now. Asadorian cuts off Levi Harper. Another board battle. Puck down the wall. Klepov trying to pull it out. Desiderio is there and Asadorian. Now finally this one pulled back out and the Spirit clear. Back into the Colts end, no icing. Teague Vader. Back behind the Barrie goal. 6 minutes gone here in the third. Still a tie game. Kluche's locked up with Salandra in the neutral zone. Top line comes back out. Big time hit. Emil Hemming is cleaned out by Kluche. A couple of more collisions as the Spirit get this puck back into the neutral zone. Colts go D to D. Up through center. In pursuit, Baudouin going to get there first. Colts captain back in behind the Spirit goal. Baudouin drops it off Salandra. Left point, Hanser steps into a shot, hits a body on its way through, loose in between the circles, and the Spirit jam it back up into the neutral zone. Good clear there on a tense moment. Colts go up the near side. Back in. 2 Colts get there ahead of Blake Barnes. Baudouin, short little slip, put it right onto the tape of Glavin. Looking for Kluche there. Barnes steals, throws it into the Saginaw bench. Duck and cover, and everybody's all right. Seem a little bit of a lockup in front of the Barrie bench. 13:08 left in the third period. Still a 1-1 game. We'll take a break. Back to Sadlin Arena after this here on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
13:08 left in regulation. And a tie hockey game between the Saginaw Spirit and the Barrie Colts. Bodie Stewart and Jacob Kluche, the goal scorers. Still nothing much here in the third period. Chances have been a little bit harder to come by. Shots just 3-1 in favor of the Colts. 27-18 Barrie in the game's total. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. And Crombie's line goes to work here off the offensive zone faceoff. Takes it right to the net. Can't get his shot away. It's back in the trapezoid behind the goal. Up the far boards. This is Uri Rauja. Saginaw takes over. Rauja flips it back in. It's to be taken by Hanser. Back up the near side. Colts throw it in on Shurigan. Oh, that was a little dangerous there. Now he's out of his net to play it. Shurigan turned the hand over. And a big-time collision as Rauja gets run over on the far side board. Saginaw in a bit of danger right now. Klepov can't get it out of the zone. Finally comes on the stick of Rauja. Doesn't have any speed. He's looking to give that thing away to either Klepov or Barabanov. The Colts have it now in their D zone. 12:20 left in the third. Bit of a tense moment as Stepan Shurigan went to play that puck. He turned and opened his body, and it almost went in off of his stick and behind him. Perhaps a little unorthodox there, the style of playing the puck. Back in the neutral zone it goes. No harm, no foul, though. Jaden Newton, 8 minutes gone in the third period. 1-1 game. Newton picks things up down the right side and flips it back in past Xander Valeris. Low. Trying to get in on the forecheck. Levi Harper takes a shoulder. Geldart moves the puck. Got hit behind the play. And now the Saginaw Spirit see Carson Harmer in pursuit. Colts get to it. Clear the zone. Everybody trying to play mistake-free hockey right now. Harper. Now Jensen Geldart turns around and whips this one back into the Colts end. Teague Vader. Away from Nick Sema. Vader. Outlet pass is deflected. No icing, so Shurigan's out to play it. Thrown there nearly off the right boot of Carter Lowe. Saginaw does get the zone entry, though. With 11:13 left in this third period. Colts will steal. Beaudoin gets the legs moving up ice. Cole Beaudoin crosses the line, shoots, and that's into the glove of Stepan Shurigan. Makes the save for a face-off. 11:04 to go in the third. That was another tense moment of puck playing. Comes out casually, gets to it, and if Carter Lowe had put his skate up another 3 inches in the air, he probably would have been able to kick that down and had a scoring chance. But he didn't, so he didn't. 11:04 left, D-zone face-off. Beaudoin locking up with Dimas Jilkin. Gervais tries to tap it through there, and this is Jilkin 2 against 2 with Kluche. Dimas Jilkin for Jacob Kluche. Cuts to the middle. Drops it off. Josh Glavin into the right wing circle. Puts it back door there. Looking for the chance on Kluche. He just tapped it high. Gervais locked up back in behind the Colts net. Puck comes over. Hemming takes a glancing blow there from Sebastian Gervais. Puck thrown back in front. Puck out to the far side. This will be taken here by Hemming. 10:30 to go in the third period. Hemming drops it off. Beaudoin. Poked at by Dimas Jilkin. Puck comes down to the goal line. Hemming taken away by Saginaw's Jones. And then for Josh Glavin, backhands it out off the glass and takes a check. Gervais trying to move down the right side. Gets a stick in the midsection, but gets the pass there to Kluche. Can't make anything of it. It's back over in the neutral zone, and it's reeled in by James Go, and the Spirit go back to work again. Barch, stretch pass, Jilkin into the offensive end. Twisting around. Colts following him, but unable to find him. So he puts it back down below the offensive goal line where Gervais is going to eat some of the clock up against 3 Colts. There he comes away with that. Little head shift away from Nick Sema. Crombie carries it in. Bodie Stewart. Drop pass into the skates of Brad Gardner and backhanded around. James Go ducks out of the way of a check from Crombie. This one knocked down just at the Spear blue line. James Go has to backtrack again. Barabanov for Sema. A little bit of room into the offensive zone. A fluttering shot that goes high. Did not get all of that release. Justin Hanser now. Locking up with Sema and Klepov in the corner. Puck spiked free. Barabanov in pursuit. Nick Sema tries to help along the boards as now it finally comes back here for Crombie. The Colts will play it off of one of their own players, and this comes back into the neutral zone. Valeris for James Go. Nick Sema tipped back in. This is Cole Emerton. Back in the Colts end. Flips it up through center. Schneid now down the right side, locking up with Harper. Spun him around. Back in front. And a shot sent high into the glass. It stays in play on the chance for Macedonian. Back up to neutral ice. Teague Vader. D-to-D pass up for Armstrong. Now, this will be brought back in. Desiderio to the right side. Asadorian. Up high in the offensive end here for the Colts. Armstrong, 8.5 to go in the third. Tie game. Colts spin it back in. Desiderio back for Asadorian. Wraparound chance. Great save by Shurigan. He stops the rebound as well. He robs William Schneid. 3 big chances again. Stopped by Stepan Shurigan. Puck comes back into the Barrie end. Teague Vader. 8:09 to go. Puck in the Colts zone. Big time collision there. And a long shot saved by Ben Horebic. That shot came off the stick of Saginaw's Josh Glavin. Colts clear, and Glavin's on it back in his own zone. Reeled in by Brody Popoy. Attacks with speed. Drops it off. Thrown near side. Carson Harmer looking in front. That one almost tagged by Popoy and into the back of the net. It rolls wide. Colts come back up ice on the counterattack. Justin Hanser. Cut off by Josh Glavin. Harper is backing behind the Spirit net. Turning shot in front. That one's turned out by the left pad of Shurigan, who was down on the ice, maybe not expecting that puck. Hemming drops it off. Now from the point, a shot fought off the mask of Stepan Shurigan. That one came from a long ways away. Cole Emerton, I believe, let it go. Now the point shot ricochets wide off the end boards. The wraparound chances off the outside of the cage. Spirit scrambling in their defensive zone right now. Uri Rauser just content to get that puck out and into the Colts zone. Stretch pass, Noah Barton finds a man in stride at the line. Salandra's shot goes high. Maybe getting a piece of it with the right hand was Shurigan. Back around it comes. Teague Vader in the neutral zone. Gervais pokes it there. Kluche's got a late man. It's Barnes' shot. Good save made by the pads of Ben Horebic. Now on the far board. 6:50 to go here in the third. 1-1 game. Kluche from the offensive corner looking to spin that one up for Dima Zilkin. He's not going to find him. Stepan Shurigan out to drop things off for Blake Barnes. Stretch pass from Barnes. Finds Jones. Now Kluche. Looking to go back in front for Jones. No dice as that puck bounces back into the corner now below the Barrie goal line. 50-50 puck battle. Kluche picks it up, backhands it around. Right point Barge takes a shot off the glove of Ben Horebic. He's going to take a look at that left glove hand. He thought that was going into the pocket. That is not the case. Colts are back in. Little handcuff of the line from Sebastian Gervais. And the puck shoveled to the corner. Bodie Stewart fields it there. Shouldered by Hayden Barch. Brad Gardner throws a centering pass. It goes off a skate. Now Klepov skates it out to center ice himself. Klepov, nice move to get around the defense, but he's in the offensive zone. Klepov takes a shot and a save made by Horebic. He just got a piece. That was going low on the stick side. Barabanov twisting this one back around. Inside 6 minutes left here in the third period. Still a 1-1 game as Xander Valeris comes back to pick up the dump in back and behind his goaltender. Dropped off for Igor Barabanov. Back up through center. His pass partially cut off. Barabanov and Sema do get it into the offensive end. Barabanov for Sema. Poke check there at the last second by Asadorian. Sees the puck into the corner. Up at the right point, James Go. Offensive blue line shot. Tipped by a falling Barabanov after he got hit. Puck goes back in below the goal line now, and this will be picked up here by Justin Hanser. Sema in on the forecheck. 5 minutes left in regulation. The Colts poking out to center. James Go for Xander Valeris. Backhands it in. They get a line change. And this will be back in behind the Colts net again. They go glassing out, past everybody, and it will bring up an icing here. And that's been waved off, actually. Xander Valeris had to touch that puck. It ran out of steam. Back in front of the penalty boxes. Look out. Baudouin steals. There's a backdoor chance. The Spirit didn't know about it. They don't get the puck on through. Emil Hemming was almost completely unchecked. But Brody Papoy comes back the other way, and he gets a hit there by Joe Salandra. Puck is in the Colts' end. 4.5 to go in the third. Nobody can really move things right now. Jensen Geldart there. Papoy's in the middle of the scrum. It goes back in behind the Colts' net. Carson Harmer in on the forecheck here for the Spirit. Barrie comes away with it. Cole Emerton, stretch pass. They look to find Baudouin. He's got it at the line. Baudouin throws it near side. Salandra shoots at a glove save by Shurigan. Another grade A scoring opportunity for the Colts right on the doorstep. And Shurigan's glove gets it done. 4:06 left in period 3. Still tied. One aside. We're back to Barrie after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear, with a team that plays to win.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
4:06 left in regulation between the Saginaw Spirit and the Barrie Colts. 1-1. Stepan Shurigan, 33 saves on 34 shots. Ben Horebek's been strong as well, 21 and 22. But Saginaw goaltender putting on a clinic here in the third period. Colts have sent 10 pucks his way. I think probably 8 or 9 of them have been pretty high danger scoring opportunities. And the Colts have been surging here. Face off in the left circle. Gardner can't win it back. Jacob Kluche hops right into it. Skates it back into the neutral zone and pushes it in behind the Colts net. Dima Zilkin in after it for Saginaw. Pumps the brakes in the corner. Stopped up. 3 Spirit players in that corner battle. Finally, it's pulled back out by Teague Vader and does come onto the stick now. Brad Gardner, who flips it into the air for the Colts. The high flip at the line does not work for Barrie. James goes on it there. Gets hit by Crombie. Colts will touch up now. Here's a chance for Bodie Stewart heading towards the net. Poke check by James Go. He still gets a shot away. They slide into the corner. The Stewart shot rolled wide. Stewart's got it back behind the net again. Poked by James Go. Dima Zilkin trying to work out of the corner. Saginaw in the defensive end. 3:15 left in regulation. Now it's Saginaw's turn to try to flip the puck into the zone. It's going to roll wide, and they'll give the icing race to Justin Hanser, who was in against Sebastian Gervais. 3:11 left in regulation. Face off down to the left, so Go has to stay on. Zilkin, Glavin, Gervais, Kluche. There's some tired hockey players right now. Gervais hunched over. He goes in against this face-off with Baudouin. Baudouin wins it. Hemming steps in and takes a shot blocked by Kluche. Gets it back. Good poke check there by Glavin. A shot does get off, and it goes wide. Baudouin stood up in behind the Spirit net. 3 minutes left in regulation. Salandra on this puck here for the Colts. Left point, Vader shot. Blocker saved by Shurigan. The rebound didn't go where he wanted to. Now it's back behind the net. Baudouin up the far boards. Bouncing puck. Baudouin keeps it alive. He's got some room. Remember, this Spirit line has been on for a while. Blocker saved by Shurigan. Through traffic. Baudouin's on it again. Lavin takes over. Takes the hit from Emil Hemming. James Go is on this puck. Up to the defensive blue line, then center red, and flips it up and out of play. 2:28 left in regulation. The Spirit will at least get a face-off. And they can get a full line change here. 2:28 left in period number 3. Neither team successful on the power play in this game. Saginaw 0 for 2, Barrie 0 for 3. We'll see if we get any more opportunities here. Not likely, as Rauja gets hit by Passmore in front of the penalty boxes. Gardner dropping this one back. Bodie Stewart hit by Barch. On this puck in the neutral zone is Klepov. Now stolen by Brad Gardner, and Barch cleans him out. Play's going to continue. Barch got the puck, took the legs out. Colts fans don't like it. Here comes Klepov on the counterattack. Nikita Klepov from the hash marks. Barch, center point. Barabanov, left circle. Jones the shot, fought off by Hrebic up high. Put back in front off a body not on goal. Colts tapping into the circle. Uri Rauja pressuring Jaden Newton. The Colts push this back into the Spirit, and it hits a pile of snow, and so it won't be an icing. How about that? 90 seconds left in the third period. Saginaw gets a line change. 1-1 game. Colts start out from behind their own goaltender. This is one-handed back in by Desiderio. Levi Harper gets to it back behind the Spirit net, moved for Valeris, then scrubbed up the wall for Carson Harmer. Helped into the neutral zone by Saginaw's Gervais. Good stick handling, keeps it alive and trying to move the puck down the wall. Harmer's going to steal, back in front, Seema the shot. Oh, what a save by Hrebic with the glove. Fantastic save by Ben Hrebic. Great opportunity for Nick Seema. 1:11 left in regulation. That was headed right for the back bar, right down the middle. Brilliant feed from Carson Harmer to get that puck on through. He and Gervais made a couple of off-balance passes. Seema gets a chance off. That is a fantastic save by Ben Hrebic. One of the finer goaltending duels we've seen this season. Ben Hrebic and Stepan Shurigan. Colts win the defensive zone face-off. 1:05 left in regulation. Tie game. Back out at center. Seema stays on. He's got it. Leads the attack back in. Pushes a shot wide. Sebastian Gervais with a little bit of room in the corner. Drops the puck on for Harmer. Wheels it around the boards. Left point. This is Valeris. Carson Harmer back underneath. Seema catches up to it first. He's got a hand around the midsection from Hanser. Seema holds him off and puts it back down low. 40 to go. Gervais put into the boards awkwardly there by Passmore. Play going to continue. Gervais hurt. Harper's on this puck. Gervais just now getting back to his stick. He's on one knee. Carson Harmer keeps the puck alive. Levi Harper. Now the Colts will pull it back out. This is Baudouin. Spirit touch up. Seema had that puck, but it rolled off the heel of his stick with 19 to go. Here's a chance down the right side. Colts are in. Hemming spins in the circle. Drops it back. Now an opportunity save made by Shurigan. The puck is loose. 10 seconds left. Colts kick it up high. T. Vader shoots off a body and into the air. A swing and a miss there on that chance. Hemming shovels it there. 2 seconds. It's back in behind the net. Into the corner and to overtime. Emil Hemming runs over Dima Zhilkin, who throws Hemming's stick. Hemming's on top of Zhilkin here. Zhilkin is now on top of Hemming. I'm not sure exactly who threw it was Passmore who threw the hit on Sebastian Gervais from behind. And now whoever is down on the ice on the Barrie side of things, a little bit slow to get up. We'll see if any penalties come out of this. We're headed for overtime. We're back in a minute between Saginaw and the Barrie Colts. 1-1 here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Hi, this is Jacob Lutze, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Extra hockey on a Thursday night, overtime between the Saginaw Spirit and the Barrie Colts. Saginaw 0-3 in the extra frame to this point in the season. They've had 3 more games go to a shootout. They're 1-2 in those. The Colts in games that remain in overtime, 3-0. Barabanov, Zilkin, and James go to start out the extra frame for Saginaw. The Colts see this in. Newton down the left side. They're offside. Cole Emerton got in ahead of the play. He's out to start OT with Emil Hemming and Cole Baudouin. And the Colts not far removed from their last overtime game. Again, they went to OT against the Sioux Greyhounds and eventually fell in the shootout in their last game. Saginaw's last OT visit was in Windsor on the 26th of October as Cole Emerton pushes things into the offensive end here for the Colts. And right back out to center for Emil Hemming. Emerton to pick it back up in behind Hrebic. It is eerily quiet here in overtime. Emerton has a one-on-one back the other way with James Go. Dropped it back. Zilkin trying to steal this puck. Baudouin on into the offensive zone. Now into the corner. Colts go to work here. 40 seconds gone in OT. Emil Hemming doesn't like what he sees, so he's back into the neutral zone again. Hemming down the right side. Stops up on the wall against Barabanov. Hemming to center. Fakes the drop-off. Moves the puck to Cole Emerton and goes for the bench. Here's Emerton. Over the line. Kicked out wide. Now skating back towards the middle. This is Gardner into the right wing circle. Down to the goal line. Watched there by James Go. He goes around behind the net. And the pass all the way up high. Out to the red line. Emerton as the Colts track back to their own end. Zilkin in pursuit. Quickly peels off and gets a line change. James Go has had to stay out here. Gervais and Kluche are fresh on the bench. Now here comes Bodie Stewart towards the net. Poke check save by Stepan Shurigan. James goes on this. Out of the zone again. He's got to get off here at some point. He's going to double back at center. He needs some help as Brad Gardner's all over him. James Go into his own end. Shoots it up the near side for Kluche. Go off, Harper on. Kluche, drop pass. Here's Levi Harper. Takes a shot. That gets blocked. Harper's got to get back. He's in a foot race right now. Getting over that puck with him is Hanser. Harper comes away with it. Hanser's going to steal. They both go down. The puck picked up by Gervais. One-on-one against Bodie Stewart. Here comes Gervais. The shot. Save made by Hrebic as Stewart got a partial stick on it. And he hangs on for a face-off. The goaltender Hrebic does. 3:05 left in overtime. The Colts toying with the Spirit for a couple of seconds there on that earlier shift. Trying to get them hemmed in. They were systematically trying to get their own players off for line changes. Drop it back into the neutral zone. Offensive zone face-off for Saginaw. Harmer, Klepov, and Harper. Crombie and Emerton will take this here for the Colts. Salander out as well, and Crombie's got it. Trying to shift past Carson Harmer. Crombie into the offensive zone against Klepov. Takes a shot and a blocker saved by Shurigan. That had some zip on it. 2:45 left in the overtime. Colts in the neutral zone. Crombie out the other way. He's watched by Nikita Klepov again. Gets a little bit of room just inside the line. Crombie again into the circle. Falling, can't get a shot away. Klepov's got it back in behind. He played that one well defensively. Now maybe a 2-on-1 here for the Spirit. Levi Harper down the right side with Harmer. Harper's in, takes the shot. Save made by Hrebic. He robbed Harmer, didn't even know it. 3-on-1 back the other way for the Colts. Barabanov, the late man back. Salander with a shot. That goes into the glass. I think Barabanov got a stick on it. Harper back up for Carson Harmer now. He's in with Barabanov. Harmer down the left side. Fakes the shot. He scores! Carson Harmer, the overtime winner. Saginaw takes it 2-1. Fourth goal of the season for Carson Harmer and the Spirit. A thrilling victory here in overtime at Sadlin Arena. Stepan Shurigan stops 38, and Carson Harmer off the goalpost and in to secure the extra point for the Spirit. Great defensive work by Barabanov on that shift. A couple of saves in overtime for Shurigan. And Carson Harmer is the hero. We'll take a break. 3 stars, post-game highlights, and analysis coming up. The Spirit pull out an exciting win to start out an important road trip through the OHL Central Division. 2-1 on the Harmer goal. We're back with post-game here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
Your WSGW morning team.
There will be a new Lego Death Star set.
Go on, tell me more.
9,023 pieces.
They just keep getting bigger the more they release Death Stars.
Asking price of about $1,000.
We're going to get to actual size soon.
Don't mind my ignorance. What's a Death Star?
Well, there
It's
it is.
no moon.
It's a giant space station capable of destroying a planet.
Oh, that is it? The enormous set includes Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, Rogue One's director Orson Krennic, and Galen Erso. Also.
So not characters, but directors.
No. They're characters. So the director Krennic is the one who oversaw construction.
Yeah.
For those of you at home that are like me,
I'm willing to bet you're in the minority, Art.
a happy minority.
The morning team. 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back in to the Store Master Exterior Studio. The Saginaw Spirit take the 2-1 overtime win on the first game of this 3-game road trip against the Barrie Colts. But we'll start at the beginning of the third period. And the third period was the period of Stepan Shurgin. If that second period wasn't, multiple saves, high quality chances for the Colts, and he made sure to keep all of them out of the back of his net to help his team.
Desiderio back for Asadorian, wraparound chance, great save by Shurgin. He stops the rebound as well. He robs William Schneid. 3 big chances again, stopped by Stepan Shurgin.
Back and forth throughout the period. Big saves for both goaltenders. The biggest for Ben Hrebeck coming against Nick Sema. 1:11 left in the game. Sema with a chance was shut down to send the game to overtime.
Helped into the neutral zone by Saginaw's Gervais. Good stick handling. Keeps it alive and trying to move the puck down the wall. Harmer's going to steal. Back in front. Sema the shot. Oh, what a save by Hrebeck with the glove.
Both goaltenders sending this game to overtime. Such a big part of that third period. There were back and forth rushes for both teams, but in the end, Carson Harmer was able to bury the overtime winner off the goalpost into the back of the net for his 4th goal of the season.
Harper back up for Carson Harmer now. He's in with Barabanov. Harmer down the left side, fakes the shot. He scores! Carson Harmer, the overtime winner. Saginaw takes it 2-1.
So many opportunities for both goaltenders, but the My Michigan Health save of the game goes to Stepan Shurgin early in the third, keeping the Colts out of his net.
Goaltenders are down a stick right now. Bodie Stewart's going to carry this back the other way here, though, for the Colts. Crombie, nice pass between his own legs, and a good defensive play there by Gervais. Rebound chance. Oh, what a save! Shurgin with the glove robs Bodie Stewart from point blank.
A game of the goaltenders, but looking at the scoring summary starting off in the first period, the lone goal of the first credited to Jacob Cloutier, assisted by Dima Jilkin and Sebastian Gervais. Then in the final minutes of the second period, Bodie Stewart with the goal for the Colts to tie it up. No goals in the third period, and Carson Harmer assisted by Levi Harper to give the Spirit their overtime win. Now, as all the games are wrapping up across the OHL, looking at all the action from today, the final score between Erie and North Bay, 4-2, as in the final minutes, an empty net goal by Ethan Procession put the Battalion over the Otters. Now, the other 2 games still going on, as right now the Peterborough Petes leading the Sarnia Sting. 5 minutes left in the third of their game. They're leading them 4-3. No goals for either team in the third, and a very exciting now tied game that was 3-1 heading into the third period against the Windsor Spitfires and the Sioux Greyhounds. A power play goal from Marco Mignoza made it a 1-point game, and just a few minutes ago, Chiron tying it up for the Sioux to make it 3-3. 3:52 left in that game, so a lot of exciting action going around the OHL. That is your out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks so much for everyone joining me here, Marin Klein, and now we'll send it to Dylan with the 3 stars of the game.
Thanks, Marin. An exciting one. What a contest here for Saginaw from Sadlin Arena. You only come here once, so you want to walk out of it with 2 points. It was an overtime win for the Colts. Last time Saginaw was here last year, they get to repay the favor. A little bit of delayed gratification on the Saginaw side of things. Your 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Applebee's. He's got the overtime winner, and we have been informed that the feed cut out on the TV side of things, so I don't know if anybody's ever going to see the Carson Harmer goal. So we'll make sure that we put our clip of it out and make sure everybody can see it. But Carson Harmer had the overtime winner. He was a +1, picked up his 4th goal this season and really got stronger as the game went along. He's your 3rd star tonight's game. The former Spirit forward, Bodie Stewart, the lone Barrie goal. He had a goal in tonight's contest. Really played some of the finest hockey we've seen out of him. Had 8 shots in that game. Nobody on the Barrie side of thing or the Saginaw side of things had more. He and Cole Beaudoin both had 5 shots on goal in the game. Bodie Stewart, though, with the goal, is your 2nd star. And I wonder who we have for our 1st star of tonight's game. Could it perhaps be the goaltender who bailed Saginaw out on a number of occasions? You make 38 saves on 39 shots, and you keep your team into it the way Stepan Shurigan did tonight. You should contact the authorities if you're not named the 1st star of tonight's game. That is the case. Stepan Shurigan, your number 1 star of tonight's contest, picks up win number 6 in the Ontario Hockey League. Some of the finest work we've seen from the Spirit netminder. Your 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Applebee's. What's next for Saginaw? Well, the road ahead, brought to you by Applied Innovation. An off day, a travel day. Tomorrow, Saginaw will head out to play the Sudbury Wolves on Saturday. It'll be a 7:05 puck drop. We'll have pregame started for you here on WSGW at 6:50. And then Sunday, a 3 o'clock start against the North Bay Battalion. Pregame beginning at 2:45 here on WSGW. And that will wrap up the Central Division road trip here for the Spirit in mid-November. Saginaw improves with this win on the Carson Harmer overtime goal to 7-8-3-2 on the season. 19 points on the year as they are back in the win column, snapping a 3-game losing streak. For Marin Klein, back in the studio, Matthew Lester has been our technical director back at the WSGW studios. Thanks to both of them for the work that they've done tonight. My name's Dylan Klein. Thank you for listening. Good night, Saginaw, and we will talk to you on Saturday in Sudbury.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.